can feel it coming in the air. I've been waiting for this moment for all my life. I remember.
Welcome, everyone, to Lakewood Ranch High School, the site of tonight's play-in game. That's right. They call it a play-in game now. They adjusted the playoff system, and I'm joined tonight up here in the booth with Chad Choate. We have Gene Brown down on the side, and hopefully we have enough of a signal to get him. It's been going in and out down there, so we'll deal with those as we move along. But first and foremost, the Canes move into tonight's game against Lakewood Ranch, a formidable foe. They played them earlier in the year. We'll talk about it as we move forward. But, hey, the thing about it is you're coming off a 25-24 loss to Southeast last week. And, hey, how much of that kind of leans on you?
Yeah, of course. Look, here's the thing about last week. Last week is a wake-up call, in my personal opinion, for the team. We had plenty of chances to put the game away. There's no question. And I think one of the things that Coach Shakir probably said to the team is we got to have that killer instinct to where when we're up and we can go through all the games. We can go through Palmetto. We can go through Bradenton River. We can go through even Lakewood Ranch the first time we played them. We can go through all of our season and say, hey, we should have put the team away. Bottom line is those last 7 games we just played don't mean anything, and it's time to move forward, and it's time to have the best games you possibly can have tonight and moving forward into the playoffs, because if you don't win, you go home. And, look, I talked about the Coach Shakir in the podcast, a lot of uncharacteristic things. Our best wide receiver in Jaden Corbett fighting for a touchdown and he fumbles. I'll give that to him all day long. He's fighting for a touchdown.
Absolutely.
Rome having a bad snap on the 1-yard line. He hasn't had a bad snap all year. I'll give it to him, right? Irone dropping a pass that maybe could have been a touchdown at the 50. I'll give it to him. You know why? Because he returned a pick 6 for us that night. So some of those things are a little uncharacteristic. The one thing I like to see that I think our kids learned from last week is Monday through Thursday is really how you win games. And the way you practice Monday through Thursday is how you're going to play on Friday night. You can't just click a switch. It doesn't happen on Saturdays. It doesn't happen on Sundays. You hear a lot of times college coaches, NFL coaches saying, hey, look, we played the way we practiced. And that may be in our case last week. From what I know about this week of practice, it was a great week of practice. Guys were competing. I think they understood, hey, you know what? I think we have potential. We could be really good. But if we don't play up to that potential, it doesn't matter. And I think we're going to see tonight a different ball club, especially than we saw, week 2 of the season, theoretically, when we played Lakewood Ranch here, 6-7 weeks ago.
I agree. We're a much improved football team. Let's see if Gene can catch us down on the sidelines now. He's down there in the end zone. And, Gene, last week, unfortunately, a loss, but maybe it's a blessing in disguise.
Well, we talked about it, Danny. This team, with some of the games we've played, we could have been up by 2 or 3 touchdowns, but it came close at the end, or we let them back in. And players made some good plays in those games, and obviously we had that last week also where we had opportunity to win that game and didn't take advantage of it, or breaks didn't go our way. But, I've said all season, I hate the teams that come down from Pinellas County that are 10-0 and we beat them, and they're 10-1. They're still out of the playoffs. So that might have been a blessing in disguise, like Chad said, where being 6-1, coming into this game a little bit more focused, because, again, once we get through this game, this should be a game we win just on our talent only, where it gets stronger and stronger. And obviously when we played Venice 2 weeks ago, we got stronger.
I agree with you 100%. We're going to take a quick time out. We come back. We'll talk about other playoff games within our area as well as our region as well. You're watching the 2020 FHSAA football play-in game. Stupid. I'm over that already. So anyway, brought to you by Manatee Broadcasters. Thanks in part to Conley Buick GMC. They're going to be very little.
Before the warning flags are launched, before the winds of change arrive, you must plan and prepare for what lies ahead. Your business and personal finances call for a trusted team to help you achieve your goals with numbers you can count on. Serving this region since 1954, CS&L CPAs provides accounting, tax, audit, and consulting services. Our mission is to understand your unique needs and create exceptional solutions. CS&L CPAs is a proud supporter of Manatee High School. Visit us online to find out more.
Welcome, everybody, back to Lakewood Ranch High School, the site of tonight's play-in game between the Manatee Hurricanes and the Lakewood Ranch Mustangs. We'll quickly kind of recap a few things during the year. The Hurricanes come into this ball game 6-1. Lakewood Ranch enters the ball game at a record of 5-3. Let's look at their schedule overall. When you look at everything that they've done, though, Chad, this is the thing that kind of stands out to me. They've played only 2 teams all year long that are over 500.
Right. No, and listen, after we played them, they went on a 3-5 winning streak. They lost to Venice. They lost to Sarasota, who are both obviously opted in as playoff teams. But in those 3 wins that they won, I mean, they put up some points. We know that their offense is not too bad. They like to do the no huddle, the quick stuff, some motion, which kind of caught us off guard a little bit in the first game that we played them. And, that can cause some issues for other teams. And so, coming in 3-5, listen, this is his 2 years in a row now that Coach West is here and winning in both of his seasons, winning seasons. Coming before that, they were 0-10. So I know the paper did an article, talking about kind of getting back to winning ways. I think they've done a really good job of scheduling teams that are on their level, that they know they can come on and compete with. And I think that's really how you change the winning culture of a school is let's go out and compete with teams we can compete with outside of our district, get some wins, get some confidence under the guys, and then maybe, go out to the district and see what happens.
Well, it works to a degree. I just look down their entire schedule. They played Northport. They beat Northport. They beat Booker. They beat Gulf. They beat Hollins. They beat Seminole. They lost to Sarasota, who's 5-5. They play Lehigh tonight. But the 2 teams that were over 500, they were outscored 107-24. That's Manatee and Venice. 2 teams that absolutely smoked them. So they got to figure out, hey, how do we hang in this ball game? Listen, nothing against them. It was 7-7. We were in the half last time.
7-7 at halftime. There's no question about it. And then I'll tell you this, for us, personally, our team is much different than we were 5-6 weeks ago. I think our offensive line wasn't set at that point. We're missing some starters on offensive line. And I think since then, especially our run game has evolved so much more. And that's something that I think is, I know Gene loves the run game and talks about it all the time. And I think that's something that we've seen as we've gone on the last 3 or 4 weeks since really Charles Armstrong has come back, moved Derek Maurice to right guard. We've really seen the offensive line, Gene, really move forward and produce better run games.
Well, you got them back to their positions. They were moved around when he was out, and now they've got them back. One of the things about tonight, though, it's a little breezy out here right now, but this field is very soggy. It's not sloshy.
I was going to ask.
But you can feel it, and you can see where our team warmed up in places. It actually is a little bit. So we got to watch that tonight, and again, keep our feet and hopefully, because sometimes on a wet field, a player goes to stop, and their foot keeps going, but their body goes the other way. We got to be careful with that. But overall, it's not in bad shape.
It looks like you're sinking a little bit, though.
Oh, it
your
is.
Feet
It
are
is
disappearing.
Yeah, the grass is not too thick, and it's very thin. And surprising, but because again, you didn't have as many games this year on them. But it's wet from that storm we had.
Yeah.
I think that kind of leads good for Manatee. I think really Coach Shakir, if he has it his way, he wants to lean on them and kind of drive the football and run it down their throat a little bit. And let's see if that's what happens. We're going to take a quick timeout. When we come back, you're going to hear from head coach Yusuf Shakir. You're watching the 2020 FHSAA play-in game, brought to you by, thanks to ManateeFootball.com, brought to you by Conley Buick GMC.
It's one thing to be the first hospital in our community.
It's another to still be leading the way more than 60 years later.
As someone who has seen Manatee Memorial evolve over the years, I'm proud of the strides they have taken to stay at the forefront of technology.
Manatee Memorial has always been there for Manatee County. It allows our community to live better.
I was born at Manatee Memorial, so it's no exaggeration to say they've been there for me since the beginning.
You can't really think of our community without thinking of Manatee Memorial.
There's a certain tradition of quality that's always been a part of the hospital.
To me, it's a sense of community pride, a place where little and big miracles happen every day.
Our community would not be what it is today without Manatee Memorial.
They've shown over generations of care that they are great community partners.
I've always felt confident in the team at Manatee Memorial because of the longevity of many staff members and the obvious concern for the needs of their patients.
They really care about our community, and they've proven it year after year.
That's why Manatee Memorial is my hospital.
My hospital.
My hospital.
Manatee Memorial Hospital, serving our community for over 60 years.
Along with Manatee head football coach Yusuf Shakir, this is Danny Carter. Last week, the Hurricanes fall in their season finale to Southeast 25-24. And, Coach, I guess when you look things over, you say, well, we go down there, but that's the end of one season, and now we start a new season.
Definitely. The regular season is over. Now we start a brand new season of playoffs. So everybody's 0-0 now. So it really doesn't matter what happened in the past. Whether you had a great season or a bad season, just mad if you're playing good now.
Yeah, I won't dwell too much on last week's football game. There's some ups and some downs in it. Ultimately, it just comes down to the offense not executing when we needed to. Come up with one defensive pick in the second half really is the only scoring that we see. But yeah, a lot of people turn their focus on 2 fumbles, and really, it's hard for me to blame a player of Jaden Corbett's caliber or any player that's going to fight for extra yardage and fumble. And then you get a bad snap and first bad snap all year. So I don't blame them at all. I think it's more or less it's a team effort when you lose and a team effort when you win.
Definitely. We had multiple chances in multiple other situations. So, people just see those things as being magnified because they see it. But there were other situations that, we didn't do what we're supposed to do in that situation. And all we have to do is execute. And our kids have to understand that, I think we were kind of flirting all year with, okay, we're good enough, we'll get over it. But I think they understand now attention to detail, how important it really is. And you can't be lackadaisical when you're on the field. You have to make sure you execute at a high level every single play. Everybody does.
So let's talk about this week in practice. How was practice? I know I would imagine kids down a little bit coming out of the gates, but how's it progressed?
Oh, Monday and Tuesday were great. We couldn't practice on Wednesday because of the hurricanes. So,
what a mess.
Then Thursday, we bounced back. Had a good day of finalizing and making sure that we were crisp going into today.
This team we're familiar with, played them earlier in the season, and in that game we struggled in that football game, 7-7 at one point. I think actually going into the half 7-7, and then eventually the game ends up 41-17. Really should have been 41-10. I call the last 7 points they got garbage points with the last seconds. But it's also a game in which I think there were some transitional things that you not being on the sidelines, I think, kind of affected it a little bit. But, they came a long way from that point. What do you do tonight? I know they're primarily, one guy running back, everybody else in receivers.
Yeah, they really are. They like to get the ball to number 7 as much as possible, whether in the backfield or on the edge in the perimeter. Then they have some very good slot receivers that they like to work. So we just have to make sure we execute and do the small things. We've got to make sure we put some pressure on the quarterback to make sure that we get to him before he has a chance to set his feet.
Defensively, I think the defense has played relatively well all year long. Up front, any changes or anything that you're expecting from them offensively that would adjust anything?
From us, I think we're just going to have a good rotation of guys going through, and I think that'll help us. And, we get a couple guys back on defense this week that weren't here last week, so that's going to help us a lot. We won't be as thin as we were last week. We had a couple kids quarantined, so we got a couple kids back for some that's just a little healthier than what they were the week before. So I think that's going to help us a lot on defense.
Offensively, really, I think things have been well. I saw Iron Jackson a little bit more on the offensive side. Can we expect to see more of that tonight?
Yes, we're just going to, like we said, we had a couple kids out. Had a kid out last week on offense. So we just had to play a lot of kids both ways last week, a little bit. And so I just think that it gets us into a rhythm of some of the things we like to do, just having as many people on offense as possible.
Hey, if nothing else, it makes you very diversified.
Yes, very much so.
Well, Coach, you'll win tonight. You return back home next week to take on Martin County. We'll address that when that comes, but more importantly, good luck tonight. Bring home a victory, and we'll be back here.
Thank you so much.
You just heard from head coach Yusuf Shakir. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back with more of the Shake Pit Countdown to Kickoff. You're watching Manatee Hurricane Football presented by Conley Buick GMC.
All right.
We're back here at Lakewood Ranch High School for tonight's playoff game between the Manatee Hurricanes and the Lakewood Ranch Mustangs. We just had the coin toss on the field. We'll take it down to Gene.
All right, thanks, Danny. We obviously, being the visitors, got to call it. We called tails, and it was heads, so Lakewood Ranch won and deferred.
All righty, so we're just moments away as the Canes come onto the field. They will be on the field with the red helmets, white tops, blue or gray pants, Lakewood Ranch will be in the white helmets and green tops, green bottoms. So as we get ready to start things here in a few minutes, let me throw something out from the FHSAA. The rights to this broadcast of this play-in football game in the 2020 FHSAA Class 7A Football Championship has been granted to Manatee Football.com by the Florida High School Athletic Association and is intended solely for the enjoyment of our viewing audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the express written consent of the Florida High School Athletic Association is prohibited. So, Chad, we're just moments away.
Take a breath there, my friend.
Oof.
Take a breath.
Let me tell you, that's a lot. Well, it's a lot of words there going out. So, Manatee, this is do or die for both teams. You move, win, you move on, and both teams know whoever wins will actually host next week against Martin County.
Yeah, and Martin County has a bye week, and they're coming off like 8-2 season, something like that, maybe 6-2, 7-2. I don't know if they played all 10 games, but, here's what I love. You got a little breeze in the air, a little bit of a crispness, right? You're wearing some sleeves. If I had the Manatee alumni blanket, I'd throw that on that Todd Solito and ID Concepts put together. It's a beautiful blanket. Go out and get you one. But you know what? There's nothing better than playoff football. Call it a play-in game. Call it whatever you want. Hey, you win, you go on. You lose, you go home.
That's right.
Nobody wants to go home starting right now in November.
Playoff football is always different. Playoff in anything is a different atmosphere. So on to do the kicking duties for the Mustangs will be Drew Clark. They will be kicking right to left. Back deep for the Hurricanes, Iron Jackson. And on the far side, I can't quite make out that number. We'll get it for you.
Looks like E.J. Allen.
E.J. Allen back. He was out last week. He's back this week. So let's see what we got. Kick will be deep. Will be taken by Iron Jackson at the 9. He's out across the 20-25. Some open room across the 40 to the 45-50. It's going to be green grass the rest of the way. Iron Jackson to the house. Opening kickoff. Canes up 6-0. A 92-yard kickoff return.
Danny, I was going to say something before the kickoff. I said, let's see if we can get something special going here to start the game a little bit. Jolt
pretty
the team.
Special.
And that's nothing more special than that, my friend. And you know what? Listen, he was not even touched. So it comes back to, I know he's a great athlete, one of the best, on the team, if not for a long time we've had Iron. But way to go for the blocking. You know what I mean? The blocking was phenomenal.
Hey, they set it up well. 92-yard kickoff return to start this game. We are 13 seconds into this game. Canes up 6-0. Point after coming here. It's Caleb Phillips on to do the kicking duties. Good snap. The hold is down. The kick is up, and the kick is good. And the Canes up 7-0. We'll take a quick 30-second timeout. You're listening to Manatee Hurricane Football presented by Conley Buick GMC. All right, we are back, and that's an easy scoring recap for you.
Very easy scoring recap. We took the opening kickoff for a touchdown, 95 yards, Iron Jackson. And, here's what's great for us. That's obviously the way you want to start. I don't know if there's any other better way to start. For the Mustangs, unfortunately, not the way you want to start, Not the best way to start. But now, hey, we're kicking off, get the ball back, see if Phil can get in the end zone.
Yep, all of your scoring recaps brought to you by Buccaneer Pond. Now the Basil's Chicken and Ribs kickoff by Caleb Phillips. Gets his right foot into it, soars it deep, and it's going to soar through the back of the end zone. Great job by Caleb Phillips, and that'll set up the Mustangs on offense at their own 20-yard line.
Yeah, you love to see the kickoff going into the end zone. Just gives, and I've said it all year and continue to say it, it gives the defense now the chance to have the offense start on the 20, got to go 80 yards. And in high school football, it's very, very tough to go 80 yards consistently. Go back to last week's Florida-Georgia game. They took the opening kickoff, 75 yards for a touchdown, and really that was kind of it. They never really had a drive like that to go anywhere. There you go, Don Donnelly.
It was one play.
Right.
Jimmy Kelly will be the starting quarterback for the Mustangs. Set behind him will be Eli Daniels. He'll get the carry. He's going to be met in the backfield. Never got out of the backfield. DeAnthony Brown, the first person to make contact, will be a loss of 2 on the play.
Yeah, we were all over that defensive line. I know Coach Shakir loves talking about, win the line of scrimmage, whether on offense or defense. Let's win the line of scrimmage, impose your will on the other person's line, and that's what we did right there.
Jimmy Kelly. Last time we played them, it was Cameron Madison, the quarterback. Jimmy Kelly is starting tonight.
Yeah, and Cameron's down there. He's dressed. Who knows what it was. We'll see how the game transpires.
Eli Daniels set to the left. On this time, Kelly drops back, looks under pressure, and they're going to get it out. It's going to be deflected, almost intercepted. Iron Jackson behind there almost came up with a pick.
Yeah. Yeah, and Devon Stewart with some pressure right there in Kelly's face. And almost, if he doesn't stop to put his hands up and kind of maybe takes another step, he may have been right in Kelly's face and maybe could not have thrown it at all. But I do love seeing defensive linemen getting their hands up to maybe get some batted balls, because when that ball gets in the air, who knows who can take it from there.
It's going to be 3rd down and 12. Canes leading 7-0 after the opening kickoff return by Iron Jackson at 92 yards. First possession for the Mustangs. They'll fire out deep. He's got a man wide open, and it's going to be caught and finally taken down across midfield into Manatee territory. That was Jaleel Duncan, 30-yard throw and catch. Moved the ball out to the Hurricanes 47.
Kind of just a lollipop, kind of looping it up. And I do remember talking to Coach West before the game last week, about 4 or 5 weeks ago. Kelly is a kid that he really is a younger kid and really likes, and I think that's probably why he's going. The one thing I'm really surprised with, though, is they beat us with a lot of motion stuff last game in the beginning. Kind of weird not to see them not come out in that as we move forward, but we'll see how the game goes.
1st and 10, Mustangs at the Manatee 47. They'll bunch 3 receivers to the far right side. This time they'll hand off the interior to Daniels. He's got nowhere to go. A flag's thrown in, and sometimes it's either a hold or a face mask, I think.
Yeah, middle guy's grabbing face mask.
Usually when you're bunched up, the way that was thrown, it's going to be in the face mask, and it is. That's going to move it. Should be a 15-yard penalty. He'll move it out for another 1st down.
It's unfortunate. You get there for gain of actually loss of 2 and ends up being a positive 15 for Lakewood Ranch. And we cannot allow ourselves – we can't shoot ourselves in the foot.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
Well, we did that last week.
Last time we played them.
We can, continue to help drives move along, and just inopportune moments. Hey, you know what? You're in there in a group of guys trying to tag. I don't know that 15 is the correct way, but here we go on 1st and 10. Daniels again. He's going to fight hard for a couple of yards. Finally, they bring him down, but not before he picks up 4. Move the ball down to the Hurricane 30-yard line. Again, 9:40 to go first quarter. Manatee leads 7-0.
Right out of the gate, though, Coach West trying to be pretty balanced, 3 runs to 2 passes. So, they're trying to see what we're going to do defensively and what they can take advantage of.
Here's a snap. It's mishandled by the quarterback, and then he's going to be taken down in the backfield. It'll be recorded as a sack. It'll be Devon Stewart will get the credit for the sack, and that's the American Car Care sack. First sack of the game. Hey, listen, if you're looking to get your car taken care of and fight against the dirt and grime, go to American Car Care, Manatee Avenue West.
Phenomenal job Zach does and his staff.
3rd down and 13. That was just a mishap by the quarterback there. He should have handled that snap. It was a good snap.
Yeah, it wasn't anything bad with it.
Snaps back. Kelly looking. He's going to fire deep. He's got a man there, and it's going to be incomplete. We had coverage, and kind of almost like the coverage guy was in front of him. Ball went through the hands of the receiver.
Right,
so.
yeah. Coverage guy was just there. It looks like just a little too short, and just went just over Jaleel Duncan's head there, which may have been a big play for the Mustangs. So if I'm defensive coordinator, I'm saying, hey, look, let's pay attention for that. The vertical's coming for number 2 receiver, and make sure we know what's coming up.
Punting situation for the Mustangs. Drew Clark doing the punting duties. He'll stand at midfield. Jaden Corbett and Iron Jackson back deep. Canes bring some pressure. This time they're going to let it drop. It's going to hit at the 10 and die exactly on the 10-yard line.
Looks like the master shot.
Yes, it did.
Boy just sitting. And then Gene said the field's wet, so you're probably not getting a whole lot of rolls. You're going to get a whole lot of sitting down with the ball, and that's exactly what he did.
Hey, listen, sportsmanship is having pride in your school, your team, and yourself. Sportsmanship is respect for the game and those who play it. The Florida High School Athletic Association reminds you to take on the responsibility of good sportsmanship. Play strong, play hard, play fair. This message brought to you by this station and the FHSAA. First down at 10, Hurricanes at their own 10-yard line. Kyrie Jones offset to the right. A high snap. Kyrie will actually grab it, and this time he has nowhere to go. And bad snap, a very high snap.
Yeah, it was a high snap, and that's actually, we just talked about the pregame. Rome doing a great job snapping all year long. I know the one against Palmetto when he snapped it low, he was trying to do a dive, kind of go low at the goal line there, kind of hit his butt when he snapped it. I don't know what that one was, but hopefully we don't see it again.
I mean, fortunate Jace got his hand on her. That ball would have gotten the end zone. Second and long. Kyrie Jones straight up the middle. He got running room across the 10 to 15 and out to about the 16-yard line. So to bring up a third down and manageable around 3rd and 4. Long 4, short 5.
Yeah, I think tonight we're gonna see trying to be physical, set the ground game as number one thing, and see if we can put our dominance on Lakewood Ranch.
Kyrie offset to the right of Jace. This time he's dropped back and fired out. Jaden Corbett's got enough for the first down to get out of bounds around the 24. 1st and 10 Canes.
Yeah, nice little sit route, gain of 8. A lot of times Corbett can make that play, go from 8-yard catch and make the guy miss to touchdown. So good job there by the Canes getting the first down.
This time we'll go 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. He'll hand off inside. Kyrie Jones fights across the 25 to about the 27, maybe 28. See where they finally set it. Actually, he'll put it to 29.
Yeah, gain of 5 yards there from Kyrie. And listen, if we can average a 5-yard run every time, that's a first down.
You'll find yourself in the end zone before long. 2nd and 5. Handoff again. Kyrie has to fight off the first tackler. He's going to get – he was hit behind the line of scrimmage. He's going to get at least 1. They'll put the ball on the 30. 3rd and 4.
Yeah, it brings up the 2nd, 3rd down here for the Canes. Obviously got the first one with the pass. That's on 3rd and 4. Do you run the ball? Do you throw the ball? And, you got a great receiver in Corbett, obviously. Ty Neville's another one in there in the slot.
His time, Jace will fire it out. It's going to be Ty Neville's. He's got enough for the first down right there. Very good job of just getting past the sticks, sit down on a 5-yard route, pick it up.
Great route. Good job by Jace knowing exactly where the route's going to go as we go into a water break. We'll
take a timeout here for our water break. Canes lead 7-0. You're watching the 2020 FHSAA football play-in game on ManateeFootball.com. Thanks in part to Conley Buick GMC.
Say life is better on the water, where the only measure of time is the disappearing tide and the sound of fishermen returning from a long day's work. That's where you'll find Swordfish Grill, nestled along the quiet Gulf Coast in Florida's oldest fishing village. This is a place to relax, to unwind, and enjoy freshly caught seafood. They say life's better on the water. We couldn't agree more. Swordfish Grill and Tiki Bar, located in Cortez, Florida's oldest fishing village.
Quarter, Manatee leads 7-0. The Canes have the football at their own 35-yard line, 1st down and 10. And off to Kyrie Jones, who'll get across the 40 to the 44-yard line, a 9-yard pickup on the play.
I giggled just a little bit because I know in talking with the coach, and we've talked about it, Kyrie sometimes bounces stuff outside too quick. I think that one he probably could have taken outside for a little bit longer, but he made the cut inside, say, we'll take 9 all day long. But it seemed to me like he could have maybe, continued outside there and gained a little more than 9. But I love him in his physicality and him definitely seeing the field better than he did, 5 or 6 weeks ago.
2nd down and 1. You can dial up just about anything. They'll give off to Kyrie, who just bowls over a defender, and he'll pick up 4 or 5 on the play. Let's give him 5 on that pickup and move the ball into close to midfield, about the 48-yard line.
Yeah, he's a big guy. He's a big person to try to tackle one-on-one, and very rarely goes down with only one person tackling him.
1st and 10 Hurricanes. Again, Kyrie Jones up the middle to get across midfield. He's going to pick up another 4 yards on that. We'll set up a 2nd and 6. And, Gene, you're watching, the offensive line seems to be setting some holes, and we're running the ball hard in between the tackles. You don't hear me. We're in and out down there.
Well, you are right, Danny.
Thank you. Jabari Dunbar checks in. We haven't seen him in a couple weeks. This time he's going to throw out in the flat to Corbett. Corbett's going to be down the sidelines to the 20, the 10, 5, touchdown, Jaden Corbett. And that was just a quick pitch and catch, 48-yard touchdown strike, a pass of about 7 yards, and then Jaden Corbett turned it up, and that'll be Jaden Corbett's 9th touchdown of the season.
Just listen. He was touched. He was the first guy tried to touch him, push him out of bounds, and then it was just his speed kind of took over, and you could see his stride. He'll be a special kid to see in track this year, actually, because his stride just took him right to the end zone. And I said earlier in the first 3rd down that we got, he can make a guy miss and go to the touchdown. That's exactly what he did.
Chris McCracken do the snapping duties here. Jace Brzezowski sets it down, and Caleb Phillips right down the middle. It's 14-0 Hurricanes, 4:41 to go. First quarter. We'll take a quick timeout. You're watching the 2020 FHSAA football play-in game on ManateeFootball.com. Thanks in part to Conley Buick GMC.
Every great team has a coach that leads them to victory. Offense, defense, special teams. The coaching staff knows that it takes a full team effort in order to be successful. At Williams Wealth Management Group, we help our clients implement their strategic plan. We take a 360-degree approach to help our clients meet their personal goals. My wife Helena and I are proud Manatee High School graduates, and we love our community that we're raising our family in. At Williams Wealth Management Group, our services are more than money.
Anything on here?
Welcome back, Joe Cananfield. Lakewood Ranch High School. Manatee up 14-0. Caleb Phillips on for the Basil's Chicken and Ribs kickoff. We'll get the scoring recap in a minute. This kick will be non-returnable as it makes its way into the end zone. And Manatee with a great drive on the last one, 90-yard drive, puts him in the end zone.
90-yard drive for 10 plays. Ended up, obviously, the 48-yard touchdown reception from Jaden Corbett. From Jace Brzezowski for the touchdown. So can't ask for anything better than that. Corbett just really showing his speed down the sideline there as he took it to the house. All game scoring recast brought to you by Buccaneer Pawn. Whether you're buying or selling, 2 locations, Sarasota and Bradenton. And then all stats tonight brought to you, as always, by CS&L CPAs. All tax and accounting needs, go visit them at csandlcpa.com.
Hey, I want to quickly throw out a couple of shout-outs to some people who have couple belated birthdays. Kara Bristow, Courtney Bristow, and our old friend Eddie Bulock. Birthdays the last couple of weeks.
Iron Eddie.
First down and 10. And Manatee's going to get in the back. That's going to be Samu Vave quickly to stop on another negative play for the Mustangs rushing the football. Set up a 2nd down at 12.
Yeah, I got them at -6 yards right now rushing the football, and they're going to continue to try to be somewhat balanced. There's no question. But, again, no motion like we saw in the first game that caused us a little bit of a fit. I think they scored on a motion, actually.
There's a flag, and that's going to be A little bit of verbal stuff going on between these two teams.
It's on Lakewood Ranch.
Yeah, the way they're moving right now, that ball's going to go half the distance. The ball's at the 18. Should put it back all the way to the 9-yard line. So that doesn't help things either for the Mustangs, who finding themselves in a deep, deep hole now, especially the way this Manatee defensive front is playing. Samu Vave, Cameron McLeod, Marcellus Ponder, Devon Stewart, and Derek Maurice is well in there. So they shift guys in and out on that front four. They are playing outstanding so far early on in the first quarter.
No, absolutely. Defensive line is definitely setting the tone. It's really setting line of scrimmage.
Jimmy Kelly, the quarterback, second and extremely long. He'll fake it. He'll throw it out in the flat. Jaleel Duncan, and Manatee pursues quickly, and that ball gets back just to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Yeah, it looks like Dunbar out there with one, and defensive line coming out there. It looks like Ponder getting out there. When the defensive line can run, run lateral to some of those quick screens and the bubble passes, offense may be in for a long night. You know what I mean?
You mentioned Jannard Dunbar. He leads this football team, this Manatee defense, with 9 tackles for loss on the year. He's got 26 tackles total, but 9 of them for loss. Third and extremely long. Got to get almost to Tampa. Manatee under. It's going to be a fumble, and it's going to hit that pylon. Let's see.
Yeah, it's either a fumble or it's got to be a
that's not it's intentional grounding. They're calling in the end zone for a safety, so it's a safety for the Manatee Hurricanes. I'm not sure who wrapped him up back there.
I think it was Devon Stewart.
Devon Stewart got to him. And what I was saying is, even if they don't call intentional ground, the ball hit the pylon, which is still the end zone, so that was going to be a safety regardless.
Yeah,
so the Hurricane defense strikes, and that'll move them out 16-0.
It's another easy scoring recap.
Simple.
2 points, my friend. But great job by the defense of getting back there. And again, we're really showing our dominance on the line of scrimmage tonight. Obviously, the way we've run the ball, and then particularly on defense, our defensive line is really setting the tone and creating some havoc back there for Kelly.
Yeah, and that's going to be one of our top defensive plays of the night as well. So, hey, you want to defend your car against the dirt and grime, it's American Car Care, Manatee Avenue West. Hey, under new direction over there at American Car Care as well, as Zach has sold the business and moved on. But, hey, he's always going to be a Manatee supporter. So he came up and talked to us a couple weeks ago.
Okay,
so,
he has sold.
Yep,
Okay.
It's moved. It's changed hands. Hey, listen, I don't expect anything to change as far as the product that you're getting on the end. Love Zach to death. He's done us well over the years. And I don't think he's going to step away. He told me, he said, listen, hey, I'll be there to take care of you, whatever you need. Drew Clark will be on to do the kicking duties here after the safety. Again, 3:29 to go, first quarter, 16-0. Manatee leads. Don't want to talk about wins too early because it's way too early to start doing it. But regardless of who wins this game, they will host Martin County next week.
Yeah, that's a long way from Martin County over in Stuart, Florida, on the East Coast.
They ain't
to come
traveled
over.
that far all year.
No, they pretty much played all their games close there, obviously with COVID and all that. But it's a real far. I mean, that's a travel. We know from our times going to St. Thomas and Fort Pierce, that's not an easy travel going over there and playing a game.
See if we get another big return. The last time they kicked off, it was a touchdown return by Iron Jackson. And let's see, this time it's going to be E.J. Allen from the 30.
Just as much of a
across
threat.
the 40, across midfield. There he goes. He splits it. Oh, and he gets caught by the kicker. Barely trips him up as he gets it all the way to the 35-yard line. They're going to actually spot it on the 33-yard line of the Mustangs. And E.J. Allen was an eyelash from taking that to the house.
Yeah, somewhere around 35, 40-yard return there. But I told hey, listen, you're going to kick it to Tyrone or going to kick it to E.J. Pick your poison, my friend. And, E.J. very close, shoestring tackle there. Good tackle, obviously, by Lakewood Ranch to stop it. But let's see if the offense gets going here.
1st and 10 Canes on the Lakewood Ranch side. This time be a handoff to Jabari Dunbar. He's going to power his way across for 10, maybe 11 yards. We'll see where they put it. Moves the ball close to the 20. They're going to set it on the 21-yard line. 1st and 10 Hurricanes. Dunbar will take it again, fire straight up the middle, and move the ball inside the 20.
Test. Oh, can you hear me?
We got you.
Hey, got you now,
good
Gene.
job.
Hey.
Hey, speed kills, and our speed right now is really showing the difference. And this doesn't even look like the same Lakewood Ranch team of 5-6 weeks ago.
I agree with you 100%, Gene. It really doesn't, and they've won some games since playing us. It just doesn't seem like, and even the offensive play calling and the way they run it doesn't seem like it was, the first game we played them.
2nd down and 7. This time he'll fake it. He's going to fire towards the end zone. It's going to be caught by Ty Nevels out of bounds at the 6-yard line. It'll set up a 1st and goal Hurricanes as they are in the Crowder Brothers Ace Hardware red zone.
Nice.
Hey, I've spent plenty of time at Crowder Brothers in the last 2 days. I had a fence blow down, and thanks to Kevin Murphy, who assisted me to put that thing up. Actually, he did more work than I did.
Right,
so.
I was about to say, wait a minute.
He did a tremendous job. Without him, I'm going to have me a boiler room bill that's going to soar out of this world, but that's all right. 1st and goal. Jabari Dunbar is going to fight, get close to the 5-yard line, a pickup of 1.
Going back to that last play, though, with the boot, great job there by Jace, really selling it, and then getting out there in that naked boot. He really had any green grass he wanted, finding Ty Nevels there on the sideline. Really good play there, and good play call by Coach Green when we've been really pounding the ball to be able to call that play action. 2nd
down and goal. Jabari Dunbar will try and bounce to the outside. He looked almost like he was going to pitch it back to Chase there for a second.
Yeah, his right arm did something weird, and I said, no, don't do that.
He got the ball down to the 2. I mean, he looked back. He saw Jason. I thought he was going to pitch it there for a second.
He made me look at Jace saying, wait a minute, you could have pulled that and walked in. And Jace could have
easily could have walked in.
So watch that as we move forward here in the next couple plays.
3rd and goal, ball at the 2-yard line. Manatee leading 16-0, trying to add to that lead right here. And we're going to have a penalty, and it's going to be a false start. Back them up 5.
Sometimes you go too quick, you know what I mean? Sometimes you go too quick offensively. In this day and age, that's what a lot of offenses do. They try to go quick, the no huddle, get the defense off guard a little bit, not set up in their alignments and things.
Hey, for the record, 2 weeks in a row at the 2-yard line when we went quick, there's been a problem.
This is true.
Last week was a fumble. This time, false start. I would rather have a false
Look
start.
forward, not backwards.
I know. I keep telling you that all the time. There's offsides. We'll move it right back where it was.
You're right, Gene. Look forward and get them offsides.
It's only half the distance.
Yeah, I've been telling Gene forever and ever just to look forward. He's still stuck in 2009. I can't get him off of it.
It's a new 2021.
Yes, sir. Downtown Gene Brown on the sideline.
Congratulations, Mayor.
Here we go. Hand up off the middle is Jabari Dunbar. Touchdown, Manatee, and that'll extend the lead to 22-0. 3-yard touchdown run by Jabari Dunbar. That comes on the heels of a safety that we got. So, hey, you get the safety, and then you cash in the points. That's
really nothing
after
better.
The extra point here. It could be a 9-point swing.
Yeah, really nothing better. But, what I love seeing that we do, and we do it every game, is we line up in this muddle huddle, kind of what you call it, little swinging gate, whatever you want to call it. And then we do it every single time we score, no matter what. And even if we don't go for 2, it causes the team that we play next to have to prepare for it, and it causes the team we're playing now to make sure we line up correctly to it.
And the kick this time is going to be blocked. They came off the outside edge and
looked a little slow.
Very slow.
Snap was a little slow. Phillips approaching the ball was a little bit slow there, and it seemed like they got the edge on us there. But regardless, hey, the scoring recap real quick before we go into break. 6 plays, 34 yards total for the touchdown. 3-yard run, obviously, by Jabari Dunbar. Great to see him back. All scoring recaps brought to you by Buccaneer Pawn, Bradenton, Sarasota, whether you're buying or selling. Visit them.
Gene, you had a pretty good look at that snap right there. It looked like everything was kind of off from the snap to the hold to the kick. Well, he moved out of that 5. Hey, you got a 5-yard area you can work in.
I think he would have said. I think he would agree with you 100%. Gene, being a long snapper himself, looked a little bit slow.
He's got this place is crazy. Every time we come here, you only got so many areas that you can work in, and
I told him to stay on the 50-yard line right in the middle of the field and not move the rest of the game.
Caleb Phillips on for the Basil's Chicken and Ribs kickoff. And he'll put his right foot high, booming kick that's going to be returnable from the 3. It's mishandled. He'll pick it up at the 2. It's going to get across the 15 to the 20, out to about the 22-yard line is where the Mustangs will start their drive here, trailing 22-0 with 1:43 to go, first quarter.
Hey.
There you are.
You hear me?
Yes, sir.
I got to get like right on the 24.5-yard line. Just real quick on that extra point, all three of them I noticed because where I had to stand and watch it, he's slow. He waits till the ball gets there. He waits till it's set, then he moves.
Right.
And you've got to be moving as soon as the ball's going, so you're making contact when the holder's putting it down.
Right.
The first two, they didn't even rush. That one, they put a little pressure, and it was easily blocked. And then you see the repercussions when he came back to kick off. He was feeling bad, and he didn't kick it off well. So kickers sometimes have emotional breakdowns. They got to get out of that.
Yeah.
Mustangs, 3 receivers left. This time they'll hand it off to Daniels. He's got nowhere to go. This is going to be another loss. And it's going to be, he was initially hit by Samu Vave, gets away. Jannard Dunbar comes in there and finishes it up. But another loss on the play, and another opportunity for us to bring up.
Yeah, host of Canes there.
American Car Care.
Yeah,
another defensive play by the Canes.
Host of Canes there making, getting there and I don't know if them running the ball is really going to happen. I know they want to stay balanced and that sort of thing. But I think really for them to really stay in the game, they're going to have to throw the ball a little bit and rely on big plays to keep them in.
2nd and 13. Kelly drops back looking. He's going to fire out in the middle of the field around the right hash. He's got his receiver. He'll pick up positive yards, but not nearly enough for a first down. He'll set up a 3rd and 3.
Yeah, just found the guy right there in the zone. And that's what they're going to have to do. They're going to have to kind of dink and dunk a little bit on the pass. If it's me, the run plays aren't working.
Kelly drops back again, looking for his reason. Going to throw it out to Jaleel Duncan. He's got plenty for the first down. Clock will keep running. It might be the last play of the first quarter. 8-yard pickup moves the ball out to the Mustangs' 38-yard line. See if they try and get one more play off before the end of the quarter. They don't see.
12 seconds left. They may be able to get it in here, but they're now 2 for 4 on 3rd downs in the game.
Kelly takes a snap, drops back, looks to his right, flips it out to the running back out of the flat. There's going to be a flag on the far side. That should be holding out there.
Yeah, I think it's holding on 25. Wide receivers holding us as we're trying to get out there to the flat to defend that. We'll see how they call it, though.
Regardless, that should be the last play of the first quarter. I don't think they'll run another play. The half can't end on a penalty, but the quarter will end.
Yeah, holding.
So that would be a hold against the Mustangs, and just to make certain we don't run an untimed down, we'll just keep here until they actually direct us.
No, they
are going to run an untimed down.
Huh.
So it'll be one untimed down, set up a first down and 13. Again, Canes lead 22-0. This will be the final play of the first quarter. Well, it got dark here when they turned the baseball lights off across the way.
Yeah, I did.
They turned the tennis lights off. It'll really get dark in this place. Kelly takes a snap. He's looking down. He's going to roll to his left, still under pressure, and eventually will step out of bounds around the 34. That's going to be a loss on the play as well. So, but needless to say, a loss on the play will bring up 3rd down when we come back. That's the end of the first quarter. Manatee leads 22-0. You're watching the 2020 FHSAA football play-in game on ManateeFootball.com. Thanks in part to Conley Buick GMC.
This is what I love, clean trucks and clean cars. That's what it's all about. Hi, I'm Zach Callis. I'm the owner of American Car Care Center, the friendliest car wash in Bradenton, Florida. We take pride at what we do here at American Car Care Center. Our employees treat your car like they would treat their own. They're here to make you happy, and our motto is, if you're not happy, tell us. If you're happy, tell a friend.
FHSAA contest officials program to play vital roles in the integrity of the interscholastic competition. If you're interested, contact the Florida High School.
We're back here getting ready for the second quarter to begin. Lakewood Ranch will have a second down.
Yep, second down.
What, 14?
Second and 14, absolutely.
Second and 14. Lakewood Ranch now going left to right. Jimmy Kelly, the quarterback for the Mustangs. He'll send Daniels in motion to try and throw it in the flat. It's going to be picked off. That is Ty Nevels with the interception. He read that from the very beginning.
Did he?
Yeah, saw that coming in the flat. You talk about jumping a route, and did a great job of getting himself out in front of that football. Interception, Ty Nevels. And, hey, Kane's got great field position.
A lot of that I'll give this to Ty. I think he is a very heady football player, and I think he watches a lot of film. So I think he saw that from the jump, what was going to transpire. What a great job of getting there before the ball did.
Yeah, his second interception of the year. So Manatee will start at the Lakewood Ranch 30-yard line, leading 22-0. Roy Burchett will be in the backfield now, offset to the right of quarterback Jace Brzezowski. Two receivers to either side. Well, if Roy hits the hole quick, he might be to the pay dirt real quick as well. They'll hand off to Roy. He's going to try and get through the middle. He does. Picks up, after the initial contact, picks up another 4. He gets 5 of it. It'll be second down and 5.
Yeah, the one thing that Roy adds is the speed and just really change of pace between the Dunbar and Kyrie Jones for more physical backs. He really is a smaller guy, a little scat back, and when he gets in the open field, he can fly.
Second and 5. This time he will keep it himself. Jace is going to be close to the 20.
Yeah,
I think he got across the 20. Let's see where they put it. They're signaling first down. It is. So the Canes will be in the Crowder Brothers Ace Hardware red zone.
And good read there by Jace. He really could have let Roy take it out there himself, but good read by Jace and getting up there and getting the first down.
First and 10. Hurricanes at the Mustang 20-yard line. This time he'll fake it. He'll keep it himself. Try to bounce the outside across the 20. He'll get down to about the 17, maybe 18. They're going to put the ball on the 18. So a 2-yard pickup.
You know, a lot of times with and it looked like that was an RPO, run pass option. Sometimes the wide receivers don't think there's anything there necessarily to warrant them looking back at the quarterback if he's going to throw or not. Sometimes the quarterback does see something's there. And sometimes the running back says, hey, why didn't you hand me the ball off? So there's really 3 options there with the RPO.
A lot of questions.
So there are. So sometimes you can get lost a little bit in the interpretation of what the defense is doing. And I think that's what kind of happened right there with Jace.
Second down and 8. Burchett will keep it himself. He can be across the 10, inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. He'll set up a first down and goal Hurricane.
Great job there, by the way.
Yeah, 22-0 here is our score.
Although he's not that big, he can be a pretty physical runner, especially being low center of gravity, lower to the ground, and he's extremely strong for his size.
Trying to get between tackles with a good offensive line with him is good.
This time he'll fake it, throw it out in the flat. It's kind of thrown off the back shoulder of Ty Nevels. And actually, Mustangs had good coverage on that play out there as well.
I actually thought Perry, the outside wide receiver towards the pylon, is probably where you should have put it. A little less, people there as far as defenders go, and put it out to the pylon to where Perry's the only one that can get it. But it's much easier me seeing it up here.
You ain't lying. It's a lot easier for us. We don't have people bearing down on us. Second and goal. This time handoff to Burchett will be across the 5 inside the he got hit at the 5. I thought he skipped across there, but he gets right at the 5-yard line.
Good tackle there by Eli Daniels.
Third and goal, and Kyrie was coming on, then he turned around and went back the other way. So third and goal, we'll have Jaden Corbett on the near side to us here with 9:20 to go in the half. This time he'll take the snap. Brzezowski fires and just incomplete. Jaden Corbett was the intended receiver. Almost come a little hot.
Yeah, it was definitely had a zip on it, and I think Jaden was looking a little bit at the safety, whether he was going to kind of get cracked or not.
Is this the first field goal attempt?
Yes, it is, Gene.
So
first field goal attempt
and
of the
year. And I
year.
don't mind it.
I don't either.
We got to get one before it really matters. You know what I mean?
They're going to set this down on the 11. It'll be a 21-yard field goal attempt off just inside the left hash by Caleb Phillips. It's a snap. The ball's down. The kick is up, and the kick is good. Right down the center is Caleb Phillips from 21 yards out. That'll put the Canes up 25-0. We'll keep things right here. Recap our scoring drive. It was a short drive, ended in a field goal.
Yeah, 7 plays there. Obviously had some good momentum there until the Mustangs stopped us on the goal line there with a couple of those errant passes. But ended up with Phillips with a 21-yard field goal. And you know what? I don't mind getting the field goal in. We got to make sure we can kick some field goals during the game before it really matters for us.
Well, and also that got him off that extra point because he did start to move or lean a little quicker where before he was on his heels and he got it blocked. So that was a good kind of momentum shift, and hopefully he'll pick up on that.
So the Canes lead 25-0, 9:08 to go first half. Caleb Phillips is now on to do the Basil's chicken and ribs kickoff. And I forgot to ask Gene, I know there's a little breeze going there. I would assume he's kicking into it.
From what it was in the first quarter when we had it to our back, it's died down almost to nothing now.
All right, well, let's see if he can reach the end zone here with this one. Certainly has the leg to do so. And Caleb Phillips put his right foot into it, hits it high and deep. This one will be returnable from the 4. Return man is across the 15. It'll be taken down right at the 20-yard line. That's where the Mustangs will start at their own 20, trailing 25-0, 9:01 to go, first half.
Yeah, good coverage there on kickoff. And look, that's something, you know, look, you go back to last week. I know we weren't going to talk about the rest of the year, early in the year, but last week we've had some troubles with kickoff return. That's something we're going to see. We're going to have to make sure we're steady with going the rest of the way tonight. And if we're lucky enough to move on, obviously, to the second round and further in the playoffs, special teams becomes big in the playoffs. And we've got to be able to cover kicks and punts to perfection, really.
Yeah, because the only thing that's going to change from this week to the next and the next and the next, teams are just better and better and better.
Absolutely, 100%.
First down and 10, Mustangs at their own 20-yard line. Kelly takes it, drops back under pressure. He's going to be hit just as he releases, and a great catch across the middle there by Margie Grace. He went up high to get that ball, and, hey, there was some pressure coming. The quarterback took a lick.
Not only a great catch, but great throw there by Kelly, because he did take a lick. Harley coming off the edge there, and he took a lick, but way to stay in the pocket and throw the ball. And nice throw and catch there for the Mustangs.
First and 10. That moves the ball out to the Mustangs 33. Kelly takes it again, drops back, fires, throws underneath again to Grace. This time Grace across for enough for the first down. He'll pick up 14 on the play.
Here's where as a coach, you don't want to start seeing complacency from any play, offense, defense, special teams. You don't want to see, hey, we're up 25 already in the second quarter. You don't want to start being lackadaisical a little bit. You want to make sure you play up to your potential.
First and 10. They'll hand off to Daniels. Daniels fighting for yardage. He's going to pick up a couple yards off the right side. 3-yard pickup. 8 minutes ago, first half. Manatee leads 25-0.
They're still in the negative 8 yards running the ball. And, you know, I think they're doing it just to make sure we're honest. You know, defensively we're going to stay honest. But they're going to have to try to get big chunk plays. The 12-yard pass play, 14-yard pass play, to really try to get back in the game.
Kelly takes the snap under pressure. Devon Stewart is close. He got, and it actually, in my opinion, forced him to throw the ball sooner than he wanted to throw it. So
he had to step in the pocket and throw a little quicker.
Hurries count as well, and good job. Devon Stewart got a great push off the left side.
Yeah, absolutely. It brings up the the fifth third down for the Mustangs. They're 2 and 5 from. As of right now, they're only at 2 of 4 from third down. So we'll see what they do here and kind of dial up. And again, I think they're going to have to try to throw the ball more, which then allows their defensive lineman to kind of tee off a little bit, knowing they're going to have to throw the ball more.
See if we can get that same push off the outside. They'll bring Grace in motion. This time Kelly's going to roll left. He's going to flip it out and underthrows him.
Nobody went with him.
No, they didn't. He would have had the first down if he could get it to him.
As he went into motion, Ty, motioned to the other linebackers, hey, you got to go, and nobody bumped with him. That's something that hopefully it didn't hurt us this time.
Hey, a lot of pressure on that one, though, guys. From my angle.
Yeah, good pressure coming off there. You're right, Gene. And I think that kind of helps kind of push him to get rid of the football early. He had the man open. He was there. So now Drew Clark will come on to punt for the Mustangs. He'll stand at his own 36-yard line. Tyrone Jackson, Jaden Corbett back deep for the Hurricanes. It's a good snap. Clark gets it away. High booming kick that's going to be taken by Tyrone Jackson at the 10. Backpedal to the 5. Finally gets going forward across the 20. So 25 to the 30 to the 40. He's across midfield. He's down to the 45 and finally knocked out of bounds at the 32-yard line. They'll put it on the 31, and a great return of 63 yards by Tyrone Jackson. Puts the Canes in great scoring position here. 7-12 go first quarter, or first half.
We talked about it tonight before the game, us here in the broadcast. Good things happen when that number 10 gets the ball in his hands, whether special teams or not. And I would love to see him offensively. I know we don't need him now, but offensively I think he needs to get more touches because special things happens when the ball's in his hands. He's a special athlete. But kudos to the return team as well.
First down at 10. Kyrie Jones will take the ball. He's got some running room up the middle. Fights through another tackler. He's going to be inside the 10 and bowls over another one down to the 5-yard line, maybe inside the 5. They're going to set it directly on the 5, a 26-yard run, and the Canes again are in the Crowder Brothers Ace Hardware red zone.
Man.
First and goal at the 5. Hand off to Kyrie Jones straight up the middle, bowls over a couple more and puts him down to the 1. And, hey, feed him one more time.
Hey, give it to the big fella.
Yeah. Hey, he wants it, give it to him.
Very much of like a Jerome Bettis back in the day, with the Steelers.
Here we go. This time Kyrie walks in, runs a guy over, knocks him back 3 yards. He gets himself in the end zone. Touchdown, Hurricanes. Kyrie Jones and a physical touchdown.
They don't want to touch him after those 3 runs anymore. No, but he's just thumping them. He's putting the lead on them, and they're going to say, "Well, we don't want this anymore."
No.
31-0 Hurricanes, and the route is on. We're just a couple of points, 4 points away from getting us a running clock and really getting us out of here in a hurry tonight.
Yeah, first running clock of the season, and listen, that's something the Manatee we're used to running clocks.
Here's the snap, the hold, the kick is up, and it is good. It's 32-0, and we'll quickly get this scoring recap.
Yeah, scoring recap really quick. Three plays there, obviously all run plays by Kyrie Jones for 34 yards, and ended up with a 2-yard run for the touchdown. All scoring recaps brought to you by Buccaneer Pawn. Whether you're buying or selling, holidays are coming up. 2 locations, Sarasota, Manatee. All stats as we talk about the game tonight are brought to you by CSNL CPAs. Visit them for any taxes or auditing information you need at csnlcpa.com.
Hey, for the latest official news about Florida high school sports, including results of all rounds in the 2020 FHSAA football championships, visit FHSAA.com. The official website of the Florida High School Athletic Association. That's www.fhsaa.com. Catch live and on-demand postseason coverage of Florida high school sports at www.nfhsnetwork.com. Brought to you by the NFHS Network, the official online partner of the Florida High School Athletic Association. Caleb Phillips to do the Basil's Chicken and Ribs kickoff. Canes lead 32-0, 6:33 to go first half. A high booming kick this time will be returned from the 4. Return man is across the 20, the 25. He's going to get himself out to about the 31-yard line. And Mustangs again back in their own territory at the 31. We have a water break on the field. We're going to take a quick timeout as well. You're watching the 2020 FHSAA football play-in game on ManateeFootball.com, thanks in part to Conley Buick GMC. We're back here at Lakewood Ranch High School. 2020 play-in playoff game. Manatee leads 32-0, 6:26 to go first half. Jimmy Kelly, the quarterback for the Mustangs, has a hard time finding much going tonight. This time he'll throw out in the flat, and it's going to be nearly intercepted. On the coverage out there was... not on my chart there. We'll find it here in a minute. That was number 26 out there on the coverage. So good job. It's kind of a high throw, high pass that didn't have much. It was a long throw to you. You
Very
talk
long
about
throw
throwing it
from
for the
hash
longest side.
all the way over the numbers for high school quarterback. No doubt. That's definitely a long throw. We'll get the roster up and make sure we get 26.
Had it here earlier. We will find it in a second. Jason Harrell. There we go. Second down and 10. This time Daniels finds some running room for the first time all night, and this time he's going to get enough for about 9. It'll set up 3rd and 1. This will be the shortest third down situation the Mustangs have had all night.
Yeah.
That time.
And defensively, this is where you got to get them off the field and get the ball back to your offense.
They just found a little bit of running room. Jamarius Robinson in the backfield. And this time they pulled the Canes off on a hard count, and really was no reason to have to jump, but they did. The tray being aggressive. Things happen. Set up an easy first down for the Mustangs out to their own 45-yard line.
Yeah, and again, in games like this where you're up big, you don't want to kind of, lose composure and lose some of that discipline. But I do agree, look, hey, if we're going to go after them, that's not the worst penalty to have, to be honest.
No. First down, Kelly drops back. He's going to throw down the center, and this time he just overthrows his intended receiver by several yards.
Has some room, though. He has some room to be open. If he's a little bit, maybe a little overzealous pass, and some of that may be because he sees guys coming and going open. It looked to me like if Vave would have maybe slanted inside there, done maybe a little twist, and I know it may not have been called, but he would have had the sack for sure.
Second down and 10. Bring Grace in motion from right to left, and we have a flag thrown here on the near side. It'll be a false start. I think he went in motion. The receiver moved.
Yeah, receiver moved as soon as he went in motion. Again, it's kind of weird. We saw so much motion from them in the first game, and that's what really caught us off guard. It's really weird. That's really the first motion we've seen from them.
Second and 15. Ball on the Mustangs' 40-yard line. Kelly drops back, looks down the center of the field. He's going to deliver, and it's going to be caught. And still on his feet is Grace across the 25, 10, 5, touchdown, but
Penalty.
Flags thrown everywhere at the 25.
Like a block in the back. Maybe
yeah, that'll come back. Easy block in the back. Saw that from up here. The only people that didn't see it were the Lakewood Ranch fans who are.
There was.
Lakewood Ranch fans are booing, and it's. See the numbers. Yeah, the wrong set of numbers.
Yeah, no, he definitely got him. And even that's like, they call the blind side block in the back. But,
yes.
But they didn't have to even throw a block. The runner was already by him.
Oh, he was clearly gone, Gene. There's no reason to have to make that block.
And our fans are cheering louder than the Lakewood Ranch fans. So it got our fans energized too.
So even after the penalty, he'll bring the ball back. It's enough for a first down. The ball at the Manatee Hurricane 41-yard line. The first time the Mustangs offense have been on our side of the football.
But I'll say, look, we got extremely lucky on that. There's no question. That was inexcusable. He should have never gone any yards after catch.
No.
We had 4 guys around him that just were lackadaisical with finishing the play.
Right, he threaded the needle. I mean, I thought that ball was going to be picked. Here we go on first down. He's going to roll left. Kelly's still under pressure. Flips it out, and good job defensively. We had people in the throwing lanes all the way across there.
Yeah, no, but going last play, you're right. Kelly did thread the needle on some of those guys. But again, you can't be lackadaisical as you're playing these kind of games. Finish plays when you're supposed to finish plays.
Well, we're also getting a lot of pressure on him, and our guys are starting to get a little tired. But with the pressure that they're putting on, he's rushing his throws at times too.
Agreed. 100% on that. 5:34
till we get there. You know what I mean?
Second down and 10. Kelly takes the snap. He's going to fire underneath. He's going to be Grace with the reception. He just loses his footing as he tried to cut, and the soft turf gave way, and that'll set up a third down and 8. Third and 8 at the Manatee 39-yard line, and see if the defense. Obviously, I'm going to say it's 2-down territory. They have no choice.
Yeah, if I'm the Mustangs, 100%, it's 2-down territory. I'm going for it through the rest of the game. We'll see if they do some motion. Obviously, doing some more motion now in this series, and really has kind of worked for him a little bit.
Kelly again drops back. This time got plenty of time. Looking. He's going to fire and flip it downfield. Wide open, Jaleel Duncan, and he'll walk into the end zone. Broken coverage by the Canes, and the Mustangs are in the end zone.
Yeah, I don't even know. Nobody really knows who they're looking at, and to me, absolutely broken down coverage there, and somebody fell asleep thinking maybe there's going to be some kind of.
Trying to look at the situation. He was under pressure, and he flushed out to the right, and all of a sudden I think everybody just bit on the fact he's going to take off and run. Yeah. So they just gave up on the coverage. Drew Clark on for the point after. This will cut the lead to 32-7 if he makes it. It's a good kicker. I wouldn't be surprised if he kicks it right down the middle with no problem, and he does. That'll make it 32-7. We'll keep things right here. Hey, listen, if you're tired of the big bank buyouts, visit First Southern Bank for all your banking needs. First Southern Bank is a true community bank led by experienced neighborhood bankers that live and work in Manatee County. That's First Southern Bank, located at 3103 Manatee Avenue West. Also, Bose Imaging Center, dedicated to bring you the best in quality radiology imaging. The Bose family has been in the healthcare for more than 4 generations. State-of-the-art facility is located in the heart of Bradenton. Bose Imaging Center, where quality and customer service is the standard. And then lastly, Tampa Bay Jaw and Facial Surgery of Bradenton is proud to support the Manatee Hurricanes. Tampa Bay Jaw and Facial Surgery of Bradenton provides dental implants and wisdom teeth removal with an experienced and certified staff. Contact Stephanie Zastrow of Tampa Bay Jaw and Facial Surgery, 941-747-5597.
Here's some quick scores just around the area. Southeast up 33-0 over Sebastian River. Had to go all the way to the East Coast there, so up big. Braden Christian down 32-35. Probably at halftime there to Mount Dora Christian. That's a big game for them, second round of the playoffs, I believe. Braden River up 7-3 over South Fork. Lehigh 14-7 over the Sarasota Sailors.
Surprise.
Winner of that gets good old St. Thomas Aquinas.
Drew Clark will put his right foot into it. This will be returned by E.J. Daniels, he's going to be EJ Allen. That is, he's going to be out to the 20 where he's met the shortest return. They actually never got him to the ground, but stopped forward progress at the 20-yard line. Canes will start 1st and 20. Deepest they have started.
Yeah, I was about to say
tonight.
And you know what? This is a good opportunity, though. 4 minutes left, 80 yards. Let's see if we can kind of get a drive moving, because you're going to end up somewhere in this range, maybe it's somewhere down the playoffs, hopefully, if we're lucky enough to get there, that, hey, you got 4 minutes left in a game, you got 4 minutes left in a half, you got to go down and score. Let's see if we can put something together here.
Jays will have 3 receivers to his right, 1 to the left. It'll be Jabari Dunbar in the backfield with him. This time he will hand off to Dunbar. He's going to be hit behind the line of scrimmage and a loss of 3 on the play.
All of a sudden you see Lakewood Ranch defense having a little more pep in their step. Why? They score 7 points, and now all of a sudden, hey, we got something to play for a little bit here. And we cannot allow them to start dictating to us on offense. So we got to make sure, and then maybe a little slippage of foot there, but we got to make sure we continue to do what we do on offense.
2nd and 13 for the Hurricanes. Driving right to left, 4:37 to go, first half. The flag is going to be a false start. Moving back another 5, so we'll go to 2nd and 18.
And again,
clock is running, and I don't know why the clock is running.
That's just something, though. Again, and I know we're up 32-7, but just shooting ourselves in the foot with an offsides like that.
Handoff this time, Jabari Dunbar off the left side. He's going to get away from one, stiff arm another. He's going to be across the 30 in a great run and get the ball out to the 33-yard line. 19-yard pickup. That's going to be enough for a first down.
And really all on Jabari.
Yeah, 100%.
Give him the stiff arm there twice and really just continue to run his feet. And you see his athleticism to be able to give a stiff arm like that, kind of like little Henry action for the Titans, you know what I mean?
We lost him a couple weeks ago to an ankle injury, and the ankle seems to be doing just fine right now. This time they'll hand to him. He's going to be hit behind the line of scrimmage, spin forward, and he's going to pick up what should have been a loss of 2 into a gain of 4, and then a penalty late. Let's see what the penalty is going to be.
I don't know where that came from.
Dead ball, personal foul, and that's going to get the 4 and mark off 15 from there. So that's going to be
a late hit or a spearing. I don't know where that even came from in the muck there at the line of scrimmage. But
that'll move the ball all the way back to the Manatee 22. They got to get all the way out to the 42.
Whoever did commit the penalty, they'll know tomorrow morning during film session. They'll know who it was.
Brzezowski takes the snap, hands off to Kyrie Jones this time. Straight up the middle, and Kyrie's going to get the ball out to about the 28-yard line. I have a 3rd and, let's call it 15. 3rd and 15. 3:20 to go first half. Manatee leading 32-7. It's been all Hurricanes tonight, minus the last drive by Lakewood Ranch, but they've been pretty solid on both sides of the football. They'll throw underneath to Jaden Corbett. It'll be across the 30. Sidestep another one across the 40. Sidestep another guy across midfield, and he'll get it inside Lakewood Ranch territory to the 46. 26-yard throw and catch by Jace Brzezowski to Jaden Corbett. Corbett came into this game, Chad. I mean, you talk about some numbers from a receiver. He's done a tremendous job. 46 receptions, 683 yards.
Unreal numbers.
Just coming in to tonight's game. 8 touchdowns. He's got 1.
Games over 100 yards. What I loved about that last play is, though, as offensive line was setting up to block for him finding the offensive line blocking.
Kyrie Jones will take the first down snap and move it out to the 40-yard line, maybe inside the 40, just inside the 40 of the Lakewood Ranch Mustangs. 2nd down and 3. Hand off to Kyrie again. This time fights straight through. He's still on his feet. He's going to be to the 10, to the 5, and try to put his hand down and get to the end zone. Comes up just short. And he's going to be inside the 5 at the 4-yard line, a 36-yard run right off the right guard. And I got to go back to what Gene said earlier. I don't think they want to tackle him. They want nothing to do with him.
They do not. And we're actually doing a really good job blocking up at the second level and getting guys to block the linebackers and the safeties to allow that open.
Here we go. This time a handoff to Kyrie Jones. He's going to fight 40s into the end zone. A 4-yard touchdown run. Kyrie Jones. And the Hurricanes extend the lead to 38-7. And, hey, let's quickly talk about that front 5 up there. Cameron McLeod, Frankie Robinson, Quentin Rome, Derek Maurice, and Charles Armstrong doing an excellent job blocking up front.
Can't say enough about, we really have come together as an offensive line really about mid-season, 3 or 4 games ago when we got Armstrong back and got Derek Maurice where they should be. McLeod coming over has done a really good job on the offensive line this year. And those guys, really, we put up 100, 150-yard running games since they've been together.
Gene, you're an offensive lineman right after this kick here as Caleb Phillips gets it up, and the kick is no good. He misses it to the left. But, Gene, you're the offensive line guy. You got to love the way they've been blocking up front and moving that offense. Lost him again.
Yep.
Hey, there he is. As soon as you get in, just talk. Nope, still out.
Here it comes.
There you
Here
are.
it comes. All
There
right.
you are.
Now, what's happening tonight is they are just locking on their man, and they're driving him back. And it's fun to see. But, again, this is only the 4th week, I think, we've been together in this group.
Right.
So, I mean, you take one player out, and it really messes up the rotation.
Absolutely.
They are now into a mid-season, because, again, we had 4 weeks now. And, again, I don't think Lakewood Ranch is as good as they've played the first game we played them, but tonight we are dominating. And also it's between tackles. So Kyrie's just going, and any of the running backs, obviously. We saw Roy Bochette, who we talked about earlier at dinner, that he has to get outside. He was in between tackles also.
Gene, hold it right there. Don't walk from that spot. I'm going to come back to you after this kickoff. But Caleb Phillips on to do the Basil's Chicken and Ribs kickoff. And, hey, that was a long drive, too, 80-yard drive.
80-yard drive, no question. That's what we wanted.
Caleb Phillips kickoff. This one will be taken at the 7. Return man is going to be across the 20, 25. He's going to get it to about the 27-yard line is where they'll start. Hey, Gene, first of all, I've been meaning to do this. Carolyn Keller talked to me earlier today. I want to talk a little bit about the Manatee Hurricanes Alumni Association, number 1. But number 2, just the blanket that they have. It's a $95 blanket. 25 of that goes back to the Manatee Alumni Association. Hey, people need to, chime. It's a great Christmas gift and a lot of things you can do with it. Oh, lost him again.
Well, I'll step in and say it is a great design blanket. We had one a while ago that had the Davis building up front and the National State Championships. And as Gene wants his, he's kind of going in and out.
I know. There it is.
There you go.
Now, the blanket's great. Kevin and I, they've got one down here tonight that's not customized, but you can customize it. And it is a great gift because it's hard you're not going to be shopping a lot this year.
No, you're not. First down at 10, and we'll go back to it again now that I got you over there across from you. But customize is one thing. Another thing is just the 25 of that $95 goes towards the Manatee Alumni Association. I encourage people to go on to the Manatee Alumni Association, sign up, be a part of what's going on there, and stay in tune. They have newsletters on a monthly basis, etc.
Right, and it's a Hall of Honor that we did with, obviously, the celebration this year, and that's what the money helped goes for.
Second down and 3. Kelly drops back looking. He's got pressure all around him. He had plenty of time to throw the football, but it was slowly closing in. And I'll tell you what.
Yeah, we're getting closer and closer to getting a sack, and he feels it. I think Kelly feels it, and he feels like he's got to get it out a little bit sooner than he should. And that's what happened right there. Really, wide receiver wasn't really out of his break yet to even receive that pass.
3rd and 3, ball at the Lakewood Ranch 36-yard line. 1:17 to go first half. Manatee leads 38-7. They'll hand off inside to Daniels. Daniels finds some running room, and the ball came loose. And Manatee, I think, has recovered the fumble. And they have. Manatee has the football. Turnover, Hurricanes, and they will start at the Lakewood Ranch 46-yard line.
And that's actually a new running back. That's actually Jamarius
Robinson.
Running back there, last couple carries there. So, and Eli's playing both ways, playing some safety and some running back. So, when you get a new guy in there, all of a sudden he's not used to some of the pops and some of the hits. And what happens? The ball starts getting out there. And great job by the defense of recovering it when he should. I love to see another score here. We talked about it, 4:34 left. We got the last drive at 80. Hey, let's put a drive together, and we did by some great runs there by Kyrie Jones. It'd be nice to get another touchdown here.
1:10 to go, and we'll start this drive at a 47 at the Lakewood Ranch Mustang side of the football, or stripe anyways. Roy Burchett straight up the middle. He's going to be hit, but thrown forward. He'll pick up 2. Clock running. We're under a minute to go in the first half, and the Canes going hurry-up offense as expected. And you can't. Now they're going to call a timeout. You can't script this stuff in practice. There's no better place to work on it than game situation. You got a comfortable lead, so you got to figure things out. We got a timeout on the field. We'll take a quick timeout. You're watching the 2020 FHSAA football play-in game on ManateeFootball.com. Thanks in part to Conley Buick GMC. All right, we're back here. 53 seconds to go in the first half. Manatee leading 38-7. Canes will have 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Roy Burchett in the backfield, offset to the left of quarterback Jace Brzezowski as he resets his offense. And Manatee jumps early. E.J. Allen. There's nothing worse than coming from a timeout and
jumping. What looked like to me, they came from timeout. We saw what they're lined up. We started switching receivers around, maybe take advantage of a matchup. And it's a young guy in E.J. Allen just forgetting, hey, you know what? We're doing a check with me. We're not going on one. So, you live and you learn, unfortunately.
There we go. Brzezowski drops back. He's going to look around all kinds of time, just dancing around. Now he'll roll right. A flag's thrown. And it's going to be incomplete, and that's going to be a hold.
No question, going to be a holding.
So much time. That ball's got to be gone, and no fault of Jace. The guys were covered downfield, but the fact of the matter is.
Yeah, kudos to Lakewood Ranch. Seemed like nobody was really open.
Nobody.
And he's hanging around trying, and it's tough for an offensive lineman sitting there 3, 4, 5 seconds blocking a guy one-on-one.
Hey, once you get past the 3-second mark, it increases the holding opportunities. Once you get past the 4-second mark, it really increases it. So, I mean, we're talking one click, and hey, you got to get rid of the ball in less than 2.5 seconds anyways to be successful. When you start to get 3, 4, 5 seconds, nothing good comes of it. This time be Burchett straight up the middle, and he pops out of one guy, still on his feet, bounces off another, still on his feet, and a great run by Roy Burchett from the Manatee 35, an 18-yard pickup, gets the ball across midfield out to the 30 or 44-yard line of the Mustangs. It's going to be third and long, 27 seconds.
Yeah, manageable third down now, and that just goes to show Roy's capabilities there, being low center of gravity. Not only is he
I thought he was going to get wrapped up twice.
Yeah, you saw a speed burst, but you can see. I mean, he's a tough guy to bring down in his low stature.
Kind of reminds me of myself.
Low to the ground. I was really going to say that, and it just slipped.
I lack that burst of speed.
Right. Good to see the Mustang guy coming off.
Yeah.
Looked like maybe in a shoulder, a little stinger.
Third down and 7. Clock is winding, and we're kind of taking our sweet time here like the clock was stopped. Down under 20 seconds.
Yeah, I don't know if we know the clock.
Not sure that we're even aware of it. Down to 10 seconds. Take the snap. They will hand off to Burchett. Burchett's going to be fighting his way forward, and I think that'll be the last play of the first half, and it will be. Canes
Hello.
leading 38-7. I hear you good right there, Gene. Keep
All right,
talking to me.
We hope we keep it.
Yep, don't walk too far.
I'm walking. Well, when I walk towards you, it's okay. So I got to. Coach wants him off the field, trying to talk with him, do some things here. We'll wait till he gets over here. He's
Yep, good thing you zipped that one shut.
All right, so hey, Coach, coming out of the box quick, run that kickoff back. It gets some excitement. We knew how that kind of hurt us last week. This week it helped us. Team seemed to come out clicking and a little bit sloppy there at the end, but still a good first half.
Lost you.
We can't give up them plays at the end right there. We just get that low. We got to get out of that. But they came right back though. We scored again, so to kind of take the momentum back. So there's some positives in it.
Yeah, defense been on the field a lot, so they were getting a little tired there at the end.
Yep, kind of cut in and out. We lost the tail end of that, but I think we got the gist of what he was talking about.
He's not happy about the
No,
low
he's
of the
not.
defense and letting the 7 points go.
No.
There's no question.
More important, you can't have those because he knows what the intensity is going to be the next couple of weeks. So.
Correct.
Well, this Lakewood Ranch team is not as good as the teams we're going to face, like you said, Danny.
Absolutely.
But it's going to take a little time to get the that full game out. In Venice, we saw it to a point. Last week we let down, and this week we saw it. But still, they're high school kids, and we're going to have our best defensive player, or one of our best defensive players, back next week. So
right.
we're playing without him also. And I really see them being a little bit tired because the defense has been on the field the whole game, really.
Sure.
Pretty much. Ever since that opening kickoff, they spent a lot more time on the field than we would have expected. So.
Yes.
All right, so the Hurricanes lead 38-7. We're going to take a timeout. We'll have the halftime report and everything else and hear from our sponsor, the Manatee Alumni Association, as well. You're watching Manatee Hurricane Football presented by Conley Buick GMC.
Manatee High School was established over 100 years ago in 1897. Since its inception, Manatee High School has fostered a spirit of excellence, loyalty, and proudly promotes the welfare of past Manatee County graduates and our future generations. The Manatee High School Alumni Association is a 501c3 not-for-profit organization with a volunteer board of Manatee High School alumni. Participation in our dedicated association is free, and we welcome members to volunteer with us. Through our various programs and events, we promote camaraderie, spirit, and service to the thousands of graduates we represent. We're devoted to offering exceptional opportunities for alumni who still maintain strong bonds. To date, we have an astounding 5,103 proud registered alumni members. Our oldest active members are proud Canes from the class of 1932. Our fantastic Alumni Association website is free to members and provides information such as monthly class luncheons, numerous photos, online yearbooks to view and for purchase, a classmate directory, and other beneficial information. Generous donations and alumni support also assists with providing exciting class reunions for graduates as far back as 1943. The Manatee High School Alumni Association focuses on several key components to our graduates, past, present, and future. At the heart of everything we do, we equip Manatee graduates with tools and techniques to help support their potential. Today, we provide a $500 college scholarship to 5 dynamic and promising Manatee High School graduates of all financial challenges. Our mission, possible through generous donations, is to increase the number of scholarship opportunities to more students, providing aid to graduates with their education, developing confidence, as well as real life and personal leadership work skills. Financial need. desire to better themselves, and academic ability are the main criteria for these scholarships. Mentoring is vital and provides professional socialization and personal support to facilitate growth among graduating students. The Manatee High School Alumni Association supports quality mentoring that greatly enhances students' chances for success. Through generous donations and support of Manatee alumni, mentor programs are available and pair outgoing students with alumni in similar career fields. Donations and alumni support also allows the Manatee High School Alumni Association to continue its tradition of recognizing and honoring outstanding MHS alumnus. Nominations are accepted on our free membership website. Outstanding Alumni Award nominations are submitted and are awarded to a graduate of Manatee who has demonstrated a superior level of commitment to our alma mater, who has distinguished themselves through an active participation in our community. Those recognized with this award are considered among the very top citizens of our community and our country. Donations also make the Athletic Hall of Honor possible. This inspirational evening was established in 2015. And anyone may nominate a graduate from any graduating class who has achieved distinction on the athletic field and beyond the fields of Manatee High. These honorees are also recognized for having a positive influence on the lives of others. Inductees, their families, and friends are welcomed at a reception dinner, followed by an induction program held for the inductees. We're also extremely proud of our first responder alumni for their dedicated and brave service to our community. With donations and participation, the Alumni Association will express our gratitude by implementing and honoring MHS first responders with an awards dinner in addition to other recognition ceremonies. The Manatee High School Alumni Association is also extremely grateful for our courageous alumni for their dedicated service to our country in the United States Armed Forces. We are honored to support all United States military branches. Names can be registered on our website. Go USA! Our Alumni Association is an immense network of professional contacts, all whom already have one thing in common: the honor to be a Cane. All operations and events to ensure Manatee High alumnus success are financially supported solely by donations. Please consider supporting the Manatee High School Alumni Association today. We are Manatee.
Yet to be played, make plans to attend the 2020 Florida High School Football State Championship games. The intense 1A through 3A action takes place at the Gene Cox Stadium in Tallahassee, December 10th through December 12th, and 4A through 8A is to be determined December 17th through the 19th. Tickets start as low as $12. Come on and watch the best in Florida High School football play.
Welcome back to Lakewood Ranch High School. This halftime is coming to a close. Manatee leading 38-7. Before we jump into anything, let me take care of the FHSAA real quick. The FHSAA is now on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. Tweet us, like us, tag us on your social platforms by searching the FHSAA. Keep up with teams and people who strive to make high school athletics in the state of Florida the best. Be a fan of it all by following us on social media at FHSAA. So, again, the Canes lead 38-7. Get ready to start things. Second half, the Canes will be kicking off going left to right. Kevin Van Ostenbridge on the sidelines with us. And, Kevin, pretty good first half football for the Canes. Oh, you're cutting out. You got to find that one spot, buddy. And once you find it, don't ever leave it. I'll let you know when you're there.
Some quick scores around the game while we're waiting for Kevin to find his spot down there. 28-3, Braden River over South Fork. 21-14 Lehigh over Sarasota. Again, that winner gets St. Thomas Aquinas. Still 35-32 Braden Christian Mount Dora. So that one's just not being updated by somebody there. But 40-0 Southeast.
Here we go. Start the second half, and Caleb Phillips will kick it. That kick will go out of bounds. Lakewood Ranch will start at their 35-yard line. And Kevin, you just keep talking. When we finally hear you, we'll just ride with it. This is the quietest I've ever kept Kevin on the sidelines.
Well, you give me
there you
yeah,
there you are.
Dysfunctional equipment, yeah. Yeah, first pretty dominant for the Canes for the most part. There's always room for improvement, here and there. We still had some penalties that hurt us, and at times, at the end of drives, it seems like nobody kills a drive better than we do. At the end of some drives, we had some trouble. We overcame it because we're playing an inferior opponent. But as we go deeper into the playoffs, man, we really have to eliminate some of these mistakes that we're just sort of getting away with tonight.
I'll agree with you on all parts of that. So Lakewood Ranch will start at their own 35-yard line. Start of the third quarter here. They'll hand off. It'll be Robinson off the right side. He'll pick up 4.
But, this is better than the last time we played Lakewood Ranch. They're the same opponent. And
No
we
question.
struggled early on.
Yeah, no question.
Right?
You see at least see some growth, and obviously what we've done, offensively and defensively. Well, defensively they didn't score much, obviously, other than 7 the first time too. But obviously scoring 38 in the first half. Offensively, you can definitely see the maturation we've made, and especially in our offensive line.
2nd and 6 for the Mustangs. Jimmy Kelly takes a snap, looks left, fires into the flat. Grace will take it in. He'll have enough for the first down, run out of bounds at his own 48-yard line. It'll be a first down.
And hopefully this is a playoff game when everybody will be able to play in the game. It's always nice to start off in the playoffs in a game where
Very
everybody
nice
gets
to start rotating
participate.
some young guys in,
Right.
and there's no question about that. I wouldn't mind seeing 45 out there snapping.
A few clean jerseys on
Who's
the
that?
Someone from my own loins.
That's getting a little
Some
deep.
people are eating.
Yeah.
Come
Let's not go there, please.
The Lakewood Ranch cheerleaders have come out, though. I mean, goodness night. There's
First.
60 of them.
There's plenty of them. They cover the whole sidelines there. 1st and 10. Pass thrown and completed. Enough for a first down. Moves the ball into Manatee territory down to the Hurricane 38-yard line.
And that play that developed the throw just seems very slow getting there to that post. And I know we're going to have to see Duke's been playing. Number 20, our corner up top there, has been playing for us. You still want to see some execution. That throw is too slow to me to get there and us not have anybody there to defend it.
Opening drive, second half, the Mustangs have moved the ball from their own 35 down to the Hurricanes' 38-yard line. 1st and 10. Kelly will hand off to Robinson. He'll bounce out to the left and slipped. Knee touchdown. And
I mean, Derek Maurice is tackled in the backfield as our nose guard, and no signs of a flag. So I guess we're allowed to do that offensively.
2-yard pickup. 2nd and 8. I would say that the Mustangs are content to take a loss. There's no sense of urgency. You got to. That's a lot of points to make up right here. You're down 31.
And already 2 minutes into the half here.
Kelly drops back. He looks under pressure, and now he'll step up. He'll run it for himself, and he's going to run it very close to the first down. We'll see where
Good little athlete. They get a little speed there.
And they do have enough. No, they're going to actually put it short. Now we got the guy on this side signaling first down. Now finally they move the chains. It is a first down. First and 10, the ball at the Manatee 28-yard line. And we have a flag. It'll be offsides on the Hurricanes. And it's easy 5. It'll be 1st and 5 now. Ball down at the 23 of the Hurricanes. Opening drive, second half, Manatee leads 38-7. 9:30 to go, third quarter.
Yeah, and then the jumping off sides and stuff, and you want to be aggressive and get firing off the ball, but we also want to play some sound defense here. So that stuff's got to end.
This handoff goes nowhere. It gets him back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and 5. I don't know how you can have 2nd and 6. He didn't lose anything. Got back to the line of scrimmage. That's kind of weird, but get back to the line. Down marker never moves. So, again, 2nd and 5, Jimmy Kelly.
Hey, I'm live again.
Hey, there you are. He'll throw it out in the flat and clearly missed his target. That ball was like fluttered out there.
Well, again, it's a tough throw to
It's
try
a
to throw
long
from the
throw.
left hash and try to throw all the way. And I think Kelly's only a sophomore, maybe a junior. But that's a long throw to ask a kid, on a little out route there, throw all the way back over to the sideline. But again, I'd like to see a little tighter coverage from us, and being able to match wide receivers out of their break a little bit better, because he was open if he caught it, to first down.
Third and 5, Mustangs, 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Robinson in the backfield. Robinson will go out in the flat. Kelly looking down the field across the center. He's got his receiver. He's going to be well short of the first down.
Yeah, he's kind of ran it right across the line of scrimmage there, basically, and caught it at the line of scrimmage. A good job tackling him, there with the linebackers.
And that's where we're missing Hyman. If he tries that with Hyman in the game, he might have broken him in half.
Oh, he probably did decapitate it, and then that wide receiver doesn't want to do that anymore.
Loss of almost the way they set it up, they lost. Almost call it 4th and 5. Lakewood Ranch taking the time, calling the play from the sidelines.
They're just trying to drag it out and get out of here with some dignity. But from our kids, I expect you to finish strong, just like you started the game.
Yep.
Kelly draws back, throws it out in the flat, wide open receiver. They're going to hit him. He's going to be short of the first down, and Manatee will take over on downs.
That's another example of what Chad was talking about a minute ago. I can't stay with you. They're throwing the ball a long way for just a couple of yards, and then too much can happen when you put the ball in the air, especially young kid throw.
He's in, he's out, he's in, he's out.
It's going to be interesting to see what we do here on offense. I'll tell you what. Are we going to leave Jason? Looks like we are leaving Jason. It's going to be interesting to see, how many young guys we put in, how many guys we play, and then also look, especially in the run game. Looks like we got a new running back in there.
Corey Sanders.
Corey Sanders, and we were talking about him at dinner, so maybe get him some touches, see what he can do.
Corey Sanders directly behind Brzezowski. Sanders will take it. He'll be across the 35 out to the 38. 7-yard pickup on the play.
He's a good young kid. He's only a freshman. Last year with the Manatee Wildcats, and Bowen Summer, our Booster Club president, is big with the Wildcats, and has really, really raved about Corey. I remember Corey as a young kid, 6th grade, when my son was an 8th grader, and he was doing some phenomenal things out there. So I think we're going to see some big things from him. Roy Burchett, another young one, that as far as running backs go. So really good young talent.
Handoff again to Sanders. He's got enough for the first down. He'll fight across the 31 out to the 33.
Looks like Lakewood Ranch has Madison Cameron warming up down here, by the way. Or Cameron Madison, excuse me.
1st and 10. Canes lead 38-7, 6:40 to go, third quarter. This time they will fake the handoff, throw across the middle. Jaden Corbett across midfield. He's going to sidestep another guy. He's across the 45 of the Mustangs down to the 44-yard line. Good throw and catch. And again, Jaden Corbett just finds ways to get open and finds ways to avoid tacklers.
Yeah, they're playing like cover 2 or maybe even a quarters coverage, 2 deep safeties there, and he just finds it right in the middle open. Good job by Jace finding them. And, as Coach Spurrier always used to say, we're going to put guys in there, and it's your job to stop us, so this is a good time to maybe do some things that maybe you're not used to, maybe some different formations, getting guys in there. And see what we can do offensively, a little bit different than what our normal game plan is.
This time they'll pitch it back to Roy Burchett. He's going to try and get to the edge. He gets across one, and we got a late flag.
Looked like a horse collar. He didn't actually tackle him with the horse collar, but he grabbed the top of his shoulder pads there, which is definitely a horse collar. But he just didn't finish the play.
They're going to call a penalty on us. That's
on us, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Get us for a hold. 1st and 10 for Lakewood. 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 1st and 10 for Lakewood And I am glad to see some young blood get in the game here. At the offensive line, it's kind of hard to start running young guys in there, but I would be fine with putting a new quarterback in the game too. And one, get somebody some reps, but two, I'm going to be honest with you, I saw a display on the sideline in the first half that was very disappointing, coming from somebody who's supposed to be the leader of our team. And you expect a better attitude coming from your quarterback, and I think the second half here would be an excellent time to sit him down and give him an opportunity to think about some of the things he said and the way he conducted himself in front of his team.
5:58 to go, and the third quarter. We have a water break on the field. We'll keep things right here. Hey, for the Florida High School Athletic Association recognizes its corporate partners who help make the FHSAA football championships possible. Team IP, the official merchandising company of FHSAA, Gatorade Thirst Quencher, Main Light Events, the official photo company of the FHSAA, Ball 4, the official supplier of championship rings for the FHSAA, Spectrum Sports, the official television partner of the FHSAA, and Max Prep's official scores and statistics. Back to action here, and it's going to be incomplete pass across the middle intended for Jaden Corbett.
Yeah, let him just a little too much there. Jaden may have seen some, going through the mess there, going through that linebacker kind of area. May have seen some guys that may be kind of headhunting and kind of slowed a little bit, but
second down. Yep, second, about 20. Jace will take the snap with a little draw play. Roy Burchett. He's going to be across the 35, across the 40. It's going to be inside the 30-yard line and finally taken down at the Lakewood Ranch 27 and a 27-yard run by Roy Burchett.
Showing his speed there a little bit, getting out there. And again, he's also not only showing his speed right there, but also his elusiveness of not really going down with one guy. His again, I say it again, his low stature. He's a really physical runner, and big things for him to come, I think.
This time, Jace takes it, drops back under pressure. He gets away just in time, and the ball looks to be caught, and it was, but there's a flag thrown in the middle of that line there. We're going to find out. I think it's going to be against the Hurricanes, so that'll nullify the catch. Yes, it is a hold. So that'll bring it back to the Lakewood Ranch 40-yard line. First and 20.
Going back to Roy, you're right, Chad. He is sneaky fast and a little tougher to take down than you might expect due to his stature. And don't think that it is not problematic for defensive players to see him behind the offensive line.
Absolutely. Yeah, no question there.
Corey Sanders in the backfield with Jace. He will hand off to Corey straight up the middle. He's going to be across the 40, off the 25, the 20, the 10, inside the 10-yard line down to the 8. And that right there, 36-yard run, and there's a guy who just runs north and south.
Yeah, no,
he's quick.
Yeah, and again, he's got a little bit of moves, a little bit, and he'll probably be, to be honest, as he gets more comfortable, at this level, he'll start showing his elusiveness, but he's going to be a good one.
They're going to put that ball on the 7-yard line. First and goal, Hurricanes in the Crowder Brothers Ace Hardware red zone. And we got a penalty again. It's going to be a false start. We'll back it up, bring it to the 12, and first and goal again. It's a little bit of sloppiness by the Canes here in the second half.
This is what I was talking about at the beginning of the half, that we get away with this because it's a gassed Lakewood Ranch team. We'll probably finish the drive, but gosh, you get into the playoffs, you have to be able to finish a drive, man.
Hand off to Sanders. Sanders straight up the middle. He's going to get the ball. He's going to get almost the 5 back. We'll say you got 4. He gets the ball down to the 9-yard line, second and goal. Big offensive line has just been wearing down that defensive line of the Mustangs all night. Keep leaning on them, and hey, we're one play from Corey Sanders finding his way in the end zone here. This time they'll hand off to Sanders, follows his blockers, and a very good job of following his blockers.
Yeah, getting right there behind Frankie Robinson. And like Kevin said earlier, you may not be able to see him behind Frankie. And but not a bad job by the Lakewood Ranch Mustangs grabbing him and kind of riding and eventually tackling him.
He gets the ball down to the 5. And the clock is down to 3:30. We have a timeout on the field, and we'll take a quick 30-second timeout. You're listening to Manatee Hurricane Football presented by Conley Buick GMC.
Before the warning flags are launched, before the winds of change arrive, you must plan and prepare for what lies ahead. Your business and personal finances call for a trusted team to help you achieve your goals with numbers you can count on. Serving this region since 1954, CS&L CPAs provides accounting, tax, audit, and consulting services. Our mission is to understand your unique needs and create exceptional solutions. CS&L CPAs is a proud supporter of Manatee High School. Visit us online to find out more.
Smokes.
We're back now. Here we go. 3rd and goal. Manatee at the 5-yard line. Brzezowski takes a snap under pressure, rolls left. He's going to throw it out in the flat, and it's going to be caught in the end zone. Touchdown.
Chris Perry.
Manatee Hurricanes. Chris Perry with the reception, and the Canes extend the lead yet again.
He did a good job under pressure there. Jace usually does react well to pressure.
Yeah, he was under pressure. He flushed him, got flushed out of there and moved quickly to his left and found his open receiver. And Chris Perry extends the lead to 44-7. Point after attempt awaiting. Caleb Phillips on to do it. And we have offsides. We've just gotten penalty happy here in the second half. We got a running clock coming. We can just let this thing rip on out of here.
Well, that one was on Lakewood Ranch for encroachment.
I don't care which side it's on. I'm trying to get the game over.
Yes, we're trying to run this thing.
Gotcha.
I'm ready to go. This thing is all but done. There's the snap. The hold is down. The kick is up, and it is good. So Manatee goes up 45-7, 3:16 to go, third quarter. We'll take a quick 30-second timeout. You're listening and watching Manatee Hurricane Football presented by Conley Buick GMC.
At Carl Reynolds Law, we're doing our part to slow the spread of coronavirus.
The Mustang
Contact-free
Lakewood
legal
Ranch
services.
Touchdown Club would like to
Our
thank their Mustang
consultations,
level
as always, are
sponsors for
free,
this
but they
season,
can be
Helmau
done via
Lakewood
video
Services,
using
diverse
Zoom,
development
Skype,
in Mahoney
or
Country.
FaceTime.
They'd
Also,
like to
all
thank
necessary
Kevin
legal
Federer,
documents can be
Anthony
signed
Zee,
using DocuSign
as
in
well
the
as
comfort and
Depot
safety
Brady
of your own
Sports,
home.
some of Beer 30.
Remember,
Depot
we're all in
Brady,
this together.
64 Lakewood
Stay
Ranch
healthy and safe
Boulevard.
out
After the
there.
game, 10%
Call us or
off.
visit us online at injuriesarepersonal.com. Carl Reynolds Law. When it comes to injuries, it's always personal.
Phillips has the ball teed up for the Basil's Chicken and Ribs kickoff. He'll put his right foot into it and bang it deep. It'll be taken at the 1-yard line. Return man's going to be across the 15 to the 20. Slips, and then finally the Hurricanes will take him down at the 27-yard line. And, hey, the Canes just capped off a good drive right there to extend this lead 45-7.
Yeah, absolutely. 11-play drive there. Mainly some run plays throughout the drive, 70 yards total, but ended up with a 4-yard touchdown by Jace Brzezowski to Chris Perry to cap it off for the Hurricanes. All scoring recaps brought to you by Buccaneer Pond, whether you're buying or selling, 2 locations, Bradenton, Sarasota. Visit them over the holidays, Buccaneer Pond.
Hey, do me some quick addition over there and figure out what we've done offensively as far as running the football. It seemed like we've ran the ball extremely well tonight. Cameron Madison in a quarterback now for the Mustangs. Madison takes a snap. He's going to get sacked in the backfield. He tried to take a little too much time. Devon Stewart and one other player in on that play right there. That was Marcellus Ponder there on the sack, the American Car Care defensive play. Hey, if you want to defend your car against the dirt and grime, go to American Car Care, Manatee Avenue West.
Yeah, no, total rushes, most likely probably about 238 total yards on the ground.
Oof.
And really only rushed the ball 13, 20, probably somewhere about 40 times.
Cameron Madison rolls right, throws it out, incomplete. Listen, all those statistics are brought to you by CS&L CPAs. Numbers you can count on. Hey, taxation season is around the corner, and no better place to go but CS&L CPAs. 1:25 to go, third quarter. We do have a running clock the rest of the way. It's 45-7 Manatee. This game is in hand, and Canes will next week be taking on Martin County. They were off this week. They'll make the long john across the state to Joe Canaan Field at Hawkins Stadium next week, 7:30. Manatee putting pressure on the quarterback. Madison now flares it downfield, wide open, man. He just happened to underthrow it, and that was a busted coverage. Partly because, hey, once you get a quarterback rolling out, all kinds of crazy things can happen because it wasn't a design rollout.
No,
we
it
got
wasn't.
pressure. You know, once you get out of that pocket, now defenders are looking for you to run the football. Hey, listen, if you're a safety, though, you got to stay with your guys.
And just don't get
run
beat deep.
support's
The run support's going to happen.
Right.
It's 3rd and 15, 16 yards. Your responsibility is don't get beat deep and be as deep as the deepest guy, especially up at free safety.
Drew Clark on to punt for the Mustangs. He'll stand at his own 12-yard line. Jaden Corbett and Iron Jackson back standing in midfield. Well, if he hits a returnable kick, anything can happen here. Put my money on a big return, and here we go. It's going to be Iron Jackson from the 49. It's going to be across midfield. He's out to the 45. A flag on the play, and he'll be stopped at the 38-yard line, but I'm sure that's going to be a block in the back. That'll push the ball back close to midfield. But that's the end of the third quarter. 45-7, Hurricanes lead. We'll take a timeout. You're watching Manatee Hurricane football presented by Conley Buick GMC. We're back here at Lakewood Ranch High School. Manatee leading 45-7 as we get ready to start the fourth quarter.
We should be on the other side of the ball. Oh, nope, one on time down apparently.
Well, they are going to run on time down. I don't know why on that one. I've seen so many games where it's the end of the quarter, you just kind of let it rip. So this time Chris Perry will be the quarterback. He'll hand off to Corey Sanders. He'll pick up 4 yards, and that will be the end of the third quarter. We'll keep things right here as we get ready to crank up the fourth quarter here in a minute, and hopefully we can get some numbers, some new guys that are stepping on the field as we move forward. But we'll get a hold of the Florida High School Athletic Association and finish off what we got to do with them. The football fans, the best games are yet to be played. Make plans to attend the 2020 Florida High School Athletic Football State Championship games. The intense 1A to 3A action takes place at Gene Cox Stadium in Tallahassee, December 10th through the 12th, and the 4A through 8A will be at a to-be-determined December 17th through the 19th. I don't know what to-be-determined is, but tickets start as low as $12. Come out and watch the best of Florida high school football play. Visit the FHSAA website at FHSAA.com for more information.
Yeah, some of the new guys coming on, especially on the offensive line. You got Jorge Pineda. You got Dylan McKee. We've got Carlos Caceres. I see Lennon out there, number 44. And Brendan Gitt at left tackle, along with Chris Perry, like I said, at quarterback. Sanders at running back.
Well, now we just lost 2 receivers for some
Elijah
unknown
Stewart
reason.
I think it has something to do with equipment.
Okay. Ty Nevels will come on. Here we go. Second down. Chris Perry, the quarterback now for the Hurricanes. He will keep it himself. He'll bounce it to the left, and not a lot of room. And there goes the flag as the unnecessary roughness on the sidelines as he spun him down to the ground, and he's hurt.
Yeah, Chris does not look. I don't know if he got like a leg whip or something like that. And see if our trainer gets over there.
Personal foul against Lakewood Ranch. We're going to take a quick time out. You're watching Manatee Hurricane Football presented by Conley Buick GMC.
Yeah, so no trainer for us tonight.
Say life is better on the water, where the only measure of time is the disappearing tide and the sound of fishermen returning from a long day's work. That's where you'll find Swordfish Grill, nestled along the quiet Gulf Coast in Florida's oldest fishing village. This is a place to relax, to unwind, and enjoy freshly caught seafood. They say life's better on the water. We couldn't agree more. Swordfish Grill and Tiki Bar, located in Cortez, Florida's oldest fishing village.
Welcome back here. First down at 10, Manatee. Be a handoff to Corey Sanders, and he'll get knocked off his feet, but not before he picks up 4 yards. Chris Perry went down on that last play, but he got up and ran off the field under his own power. So it's good news for the Hurricanes. He's not hurt. So.
Yeah, maybe a little stinger or something like that, a little leg whip or something being thrown out there. But that's a good job. Hopefully he's not hurt. And see with this young offensive line, a lot of juniors here. A lot of these guys will be asked to play next year. See what they can do.
Second down and 6. Handoff inside to Corey Sanders. He fights forward. Good positive yards. Another 3-yard pickup. Be a third down and 3. Sanders will check out. Burchett will check in. 10 minutes to go in our ball game. Manatee leading 45-7.
I mean, I see these young guys get a drive in, pull in the end zone.
I'd love it. Handoff to Roy Burchett. He's going to bounce left and bounce back to the inside. He sidesteps a few, gets enough for the first down and plenty more afterwards. He'll move the ball inside the 20-yard line down to around the 17, and that'll put the ball in the Crowder Brothers Ace Hardware red zone.
We know we've got Kyrie Jones and Jabari Dunbar, in the backfield, and both of those guys going about 160 yards tonight. These young bucks for us, and Corey and Roy going for about 100, a little over 100 yards, which is nice to see.
Again, this one will be Corey Sanders this time off the left side. He'll pick up a couple of yards. Love the running clock. Run, baby, run. Next week, we will be at Joe Canaan Field at Hawkins Stadium, where
friendly confines.
The Manatee Hurricanes will be hosting Martin County, and if I remember right, I think they're the Tigers, maybe.
Go with Tigers, because that's probably the most common used mascot. Or dogs, whichever one. Bulldogs, dogs.
I'll do a little research in a little bit. Corey Sanders straight up the middle, fights his way forward close to a first down. Ball be inside the 10, right on the 10. This will be third and short.
They are the Tigers.
Hey, pretty good.
Good job there for that memory.
Tell you what, might be getting old, but I ain't that old yet. Third down and long 1, short 2. This time it's going to be Sanders. Got enough for the first down. He'll move that ball down to the 6.
And you talk a little bit about some of these offensive linemen, these young guys. McKee played a lot in the first several games. So did number 71 for us there. So a lot of these guys have had some experience this year.
Correct.
Because of injuries and things like that in the beginning of the year. So this experience on top of what they already earned is going to be great moving into the spring. Hopefully we have a spring football season. Who knows with COVID. But this looks good, moving forward, seeing some of these young guys get the playoff experience.
So we're doing a little change. Hadn't seen this one before. E.J. Allen will be in the backfield, offset to the right of quarterback Jace Brzezowski. He'll hand it to Allen, who mishandled the football. Went a little quick. It was a low snap.
Yeah,
that kind of threw things off a little bit. Otherwise, it would been clean, had an opportunity. Fortunately, they didn't fumble the ball away there.
You know, that's very fortunate for us. And sometimes you put a new guy back there, there's going to be some probably exchange issues. So they go back to putting Corey back there. Wouldn't mind seeing Corey stretch the field over here far side.
I'd like to see Corey put it in the end zone. Here we go. Handoff Corey Sanders straight up the middle, and he walks it in. Touchdown, Corey Sanders, and the Manatee Hurricanes get 51 on the board.
Like to see Corey in there. It ends up probably about 75 yards now rushing, obviously with the touchdown there and there. Great drive there by the Hurricanes.
Very positive for our young players to get them on the football field. And we saw Corey earlier in the year in one of the games, and I tell you what, he's an explosive. He's got a great upside. I look forward to seeing him over the next couple of years as well.
He's a freshman. He's probably 14, 15 years old. He gains some weight. He grows maybe a couple inches. He's going to be a special one. Him and Roy, we've got some good ones the next 3 or 4 years.
Ezra Phillips on to do the kick. And the kick is no good.
Yeah, we've struggled with timing on PATs tonight, haven't we? A couple of them.
Yeah, especially with this the new kicker, obviously coming in and looked like snapping the hold. I don't know if the hold maybe didn't get on the block.
It's just too slow. Both, we've had 2 blocked, and both of them just took too long to get it down and get it out.
Well, 51-7.
Clock stopped weirdly.
I've never seen a clock stop on a change of possession. Usually you lose about 2 minutes right here.
Correct.
Easily. And I'm not sure why it stopped.
Yeah. It usually does. When the running clock, that's what it means.
Yeah, it never stops. I'm not a fan of it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not a big fan of the running clock.
I'm not a huge fan because you have other guys that you like to get in and see some
Correct.
really good quality playing time. And that's the one thing, if you had a whole second half of full time, this second string offense could get almost, several games in possibly, when you're up and there's a running clock. So, I agree with you there, but I think they do it more so for the safety. And
I don't mind the running clock in the fourth quarter. I get it. I'm not a big fan of it in the second quarter just for the sheer fact that it takes away from the opportunity to get younger players into the game. You want to get them some experience, and
yeah,
I get it. There's some schools that refuse to do it, but especially in the larger classifications.
Pulled it again, out of bounds. Now it's Phillips kicking.
Yep, that's Caleb Phillips kicked the ball out of bounds. So Lakewood Ranch will start at their own 35-yard line. 1st and 10 again. Manatee leads 51-7. Just wait for the clock to run itself down around. We're at 5.5 to go in our ball game again. Next week, the Manatee Hurricanes will be at home. Joe Canam Field at Hawkins Stadium against Martin County Tigers. If I recall correctly when I looked, I believe they are 7-1, maybe 8-1.
I believe they're 7 or 8-1. Yep. Only loss coming to Vero Beach, which is a very good team and actually pretty decisive loss there. I think it's 46-7.
When you get a chance, take a look at some of those other scores that took place. I'm really interested in Bradenton Christian. They're making a run to win that, whatever you call that championship they have over there that St. Stephen's has managed to capture over the years a couple of times. Bradenton Christian has come on strong. I didn't expect anything. I didn't expect that out of them this year. And
they lost a couple games early there because of COVID, so that was kind of tough to kind of get going and get get going with the season when you're not playing.
First down, Robinson will bounce it out to the left. He finds some running room over there. He'll get an 8-yard pickup, and yeah, I think it's always great to local teams to win, and it's nice to hear Southeast was up earlier 33-0.
Southeast won 46-0. That's a final.
Awesome.
Lehigh up 35-14. Probably end up winning that game there. And Pirates, Braden Rivers up 35-9. And for some reason, Bradenton Christian score is not coming up.
Well, I know who to text to find out because he does the PA at the school, so we'll send him a text here in a second to find out how that game came out. Second down is going to be Madison, intended receiver out to the left, incomplete.
Yeah, it says 0-0 on the score app, so I don't know why that went blank there, but yeah, someone local can find it and text us. That'd be great.
Working on it now. Approaching 3.5 minutes to go in our game. Hey, if nothing else, we found we did exactly what we were expected to do in this game. And finally, for the first time all year, we took on an opponent that we should beat, and we did it not in perfect fashion, but you did exactly what you should have done, which is get the running clock.
Yeah, no, absolutely. We didn't play down to competition. We played what we should have, especially in the first half offensively. No question. I mean, we kind of knew this, and this is what the first game we played them should have been like too.
Yes.
Should have been 7-7 at halftime. We have more athletes, and this is what the game should have looked like, very similar in the first time.
Hey, guys, Bradenton Christian's up 53-49 with 10 minutes left.
Wow, very nice.
They have a barn burner.
10 minutes to go.
Well, they don't have a running clock, buddy.
Holy, that's some serious points put up. I knew I should have taken the over.
Yeah.
First down. Cameron Madison will move the ball out to the Manatee 40-yard line. Approaching 2 minutes to go in our ball game. Kevin, as many problems we're having at headset tonight, we'll bypass trying to get a hold of Coach after the game. That's in and out. So
just kind of looking at future next week. Obviously, Dan, you've said it a couple times here. We're home to Stuart Martin County next week. That is 7-1. You are correct on that. Their one loss did come to Vero Beach, and they lost 40-3, which is really their only really competitive team they've faced. Give you example, South Fork, who Braden Rivers beating pretty handily. Stuart Martin County beat them 41-14. So that can kind of show you what their competition is there. Centennial, another one that's pretty good down there. Centennial, Port Lucie, they did beat them 17-6, but they did have a bye this week. They didn't have a playing game, so they had a bye. Sometimes coming off a bye, going into the playoffs, we've done that for many years. You start off a little slow that next game, and coupled, put that on top of they got to come 3.5 hours or so. In a bus, and I know none of their games have been more than 45 minutes away from where they are. So, you put those factors in, and we played pretty well at home, other than obviously last week. But we played pretty well at home this year, and so I think things look good next round for the Hurricanes.
If I recall correctly, when I looked at what Martin County had, and I started looking at it a couple of weeks ago and kind of following, because I had all along, the intentions were we'll play in that game. And if I recall correctly, Martin County's only played 2 teams, Vero Beach being one. I want to say maybe Treasure Coast. It's one other team that only have winning records. The rest of them all are, and poor losing records on the other teams that they've played so far.
Yeah, I want to say it was like 5 and 7. It was something kind of ridiculous. 5 and 17 of winning of their opponents' records. Unfortunately, touchdown Mustangs.
Yeah, Cameron Madison connects down the field on a 40-yard touchdown pass, and similar to the last time we played him, garbage points at the end of the ball game. So, really doesn't matter. By the time they set this ball and kick the extra point and then move it out to kick off, this game will be over because we're down to 1 minute to go in our game. And hey, listen, I appreciate everybody that's tuned in. We'll have the game for you next week, barring any complications, and I say that due to the fact that you never know what happens in terms of getting things
rights
through. Yes, you got to get the rights to the game. That's what it all really boils down to for us.
Sometimes FHA likes to come in and say, no, we're going to broadcast and we're going to do it, and so we'll see how it looks, and you never know. But
I will say this: if in fact that is the case, we will have an audio webcast. That will be our backup plan to do it. So you can always tune in and listen to us throughout the game. Otherwise, you'll have to go through NFHS if that's the situation. So,
what about Facebook Live? What about Facebook Live, Danny? Were we still considering doing Facebook Live?
Cannot do that. You still have to have the rights to the FHSAA. So, no matter what you do,
we'll see what they say with COVID. You never know. You never know what the rules are. Who knows what they're going to do?
Yeah, I've seen that. Facebook Live is a new. It's already in there.
Well, I might just take Chad's phone. People are friends with Chad Chode on Facebook. I might just take his phone and set it up there.
We get a bunch of likes now.
I'll zip tie it. Yeah, I'll zip tie it to the fence above the press box.
We're all zeros on the scoreboard. The final score here, Manatee Hurricanes 51, Lakewood Ranch 14. We'll take a timeout here from our sponsors. We'll come back with closing comments. You're watching Manatee Hurricane Football presented by Conley Buick GMC.
Welcome to Progressive Cabinetry.
We design and coordinate your project from beginning to end.
We meet with every client personally.
At Progressive Cabinetry, we'll be with you every step of the way. Let's make it happen.
I'm going to skip. It's way too 50-50.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think it's the distance.
We're back here at Lakewood Ranch High School. Manatee Hurricanes are victorious tonight, 51-14. They will move to next week, which I believe will now be considered the regional quarterfinal. Finally,
yeah, round one, I believe. This is
a
play-in game.
It's weird because Palmetto would have had to play 2 play-in games before they ever got to it.
A lot of teams in their district, obviously, are in their region, and then obviously, as we kind of talked about in the beginning of the year, you and I know these personally, what happens when COVID hits and that sort of thing, and that's what happened. A lot of teams are dropping out a couple weeks for the playoffs because of COVID and injuries and different things like that. So, but hey, look, we know we're home, going to host Martin County Tigers, 7-1. Should be a good game. Get out there. Obviously, we'll try to broadcast. We'll see what happens. But I advise everybody to get out there as much as possible. Wear your mask, social distance, do the proper thing. But get out there and support these Hurricanes as they have a home playoff game at Joe Kinnear Field.
Yeah, we're still be limited 2,500 capacity. Hey, all I can tell you is go on to our app. Get on there, hit tickets. It'll take you to where you need to buy them. It's going to go through GoFan to pick up your tickets. We need to fill the stadium up, support these players. They've done a great job. They've moved to 8-1 on the year, or 7-1 on the year, I'm sorry. And you can't ask for anything more. It's a playoff atmosphere. Things get better as you move into playoffs. Teams get better. Martin County, hey, we talked about it. They're 7-1. They haven't played the greatest teams. They're no slouch by no means.
No, absolutely not. And they don't think they're slouches. I know that. They're going to come in confident. They're going to come in prepared. I'm sure they're well coached. Haven't seen much about him, on film, and we'll be able to do that this week. But I'm sure they'll come in prepared to play. And listen, we've seen it this year. We got to come in and be prepared to play, not play down to anyone's level. We got to play up to our potential every snap, every quarter, every game.
Hey, nobody better to answer everything that we need to know. We'll go to Coach Van Ostenbridge down there with his insight because he's always Mr. Positive.
I'm not even sure I can get the microphone to work. You know what? It was a beautiful night, and the Canes hung 50 on them. Everybody got to play in the ball game, and our next playoff game is at home against a team that we feel we match up against pretty darn well. And so I would say the kids responded well to a loss at home against Southeast when, sometimes the wheels will come off the cart at a time like that. But the kids responded well, came out here, put a whipping on Lakewood Ranch at the ranch, and now we're ready to go home and play Martin County, and hopefully we have a good crowd, another beautiful night, and it's playoff time. It's a great time of year.
Absolutely, 100%. I look forward to
a little bit.
Oh, it's going to be nice and cool next week, too. We got a little cold front coming through.
Feeling it.
Looking forward to next Friday night, 7:30, Joe Kinnear Field at Hawkins Stadium. Hey, Kevin, when you go out of here, take a left on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard. This time you can go north, guy, okay? We'll be good.
Buy yourself a blanket. Manatee Alumni Association, buy yourself a blanket.
All right, hey, for everybody involved in tonight's broadcast, thanks to all of our sponsors, Kevin Van Ostenbridge, Gene Brown. Hey, Gene's going into surgery on Monday. Let's hope everything goes fine there on the old rotator cuff. We'll be throwing 90-mile-an-hour fastballs in a couple of months. Chad Choate, Todd Salito, and your very own Danny Carter here. Till next week, Canes victorious tonight, 51-14. So long, everyone.